How about now? Is there audio? Can you guys hear me? Please tell me you can hear me now. Just for no reason whatsoever, my mic board was just like, no, I don't want to work. All the settings are correct. Everything's fine. I just had to turn it off and turn it back on because it was just like, no, I don't want to work. So I'm assuming most of you just came over from Continue Freedom show. So we're covering the same thing today. I just want to let you know that I did have a video already recorded on this topic. And I was at work today and I was going to post the video at 7:30 and I was just going to let it buck. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this live. If I'm going to do any one of these live, it's going to be this one. So you guys are probably, I popped into Jared's stream for a minute just to say hi. I didn't watch any of it, but you're probably going to get a little different flavor on this take than what Jared had. Jared's a really nice guy. He's a really, really solid person. I'm an asshole. And what I watched is not something that I'm okay with personally. And it sucks because I've been a fan of the PBD podcast for quite a few years. I've been a Vinny fan. The Angry Patriot. I liked Vinny. Like a chihuahua, right? I've even slowly become kind of a fan of Adam. Didn't start out that way. Adam was pretty tough to bear. He's still pretty hard to listen to sometimes. But he's grown on me. And Patrick Bet David, I've always thought Patrick has had really solid takes on most things. And then I watched this. Patrick's a smart guy. He's an incredibly smart guy. Obviously very talented. Very skilled when it comes to business. Seemed like he might be fairly skilled when it comes to politics and understanding political strategy. I'm not really sure, and we're going to get into all this. I'm not really sure where the hell they're coming up with their opinions on this, to be honest with you. Vinny is incredibly, here's my opinion on Vinny. I think Vinny is very persuadable. I think he's fairly gullible. He's very conspiracy minded. I think that's pretty obvious. We didn't need the Charlie Kirk thing to happen to know that about Vinny. But for the most part, Vinny says, it seems, he says what he thinks. He says what's on his mind. Doesn't care. Doesn't seem to care too much. He'll say whatever he's thinking. Tammy Herlock, he has no clue what's happening. Yeah, I would say Vinny, I think he was a comedian, right? I believe. I don't recall exactly how he ended up on the PBD podcast as like a mainstay. I think he was brought on as a guest one time. I have no idea. I don't know how that relationship got started. Doesn't really matter. He's there, right? But Vinny is like comedic relief. Plus he's entertaining. You know what I mean? Anybody that yips like a chihuahua all the time is going to be entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Especially for, the style of content that they do. There's a reason why Pierce Morgan has him on all the time, because he knows he's going to say some crazy shit or he's just going to go off on some crazy tangent tirade, right? But I think for the most part, Vinny is kind of ignorant to a lot of things, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. As long as you're willing to learn and grow. I'm incredibly ignorant to a lot of things. I've said this plenty of times and I'll keep saying it. I'm pretty stupid. And I'm just going to keep making this point. That scares me because I see people that are far dumber than I am. And that's not a good thing. Mandy F5U4J sends in the $5 super chat. Do you think they're trying to make a move to take over TPUSA? I don't know that PBD is trying to make a move to take over TPUSA. Do they want to get rid of TPUSA? Yeah, for sure they want to get rid of TPUSA. Absolutely. It's a power vacuum. Charlie's gone. Well, you got to get TPUS out of the way if you want to put something else in its place. It's absolutely what we're watching. Of course. There's no other reason for them to be doing what they're doing. They don't like Erika. Most of these people don't know who Erika Kirk is. They don't know Erika. And we'll get into this, but like, oh, she's doing a bad job. How? What? How has she been doing a bad job? Why? Because she walked out to a fireworks display? Motherfucker, Charlie walked out to fireworks. That was the whole point. That was the whole idea. She's paying homage to her husband, you retards. Oh, the fireworks turn people off. That only turn people off if you're stupid or you have an agenda. It's only one of those. That's it. That's it. Any normal person who saw that and saw Erika Kirk walk out to fireworks was going to be taken back and confused. Yeah, because you probably never watched a TPUSA event before in your life. Probably had no idea. And for anybody who didn't, I guess I could see how maybe that would seem a little awkward if you didn't understand the entire point of that. The entire point being, I'm going to pay homage to my husband. The entire point that we're not going to let these crazy leftist lunatics stop us from doing what we're doing. That was the entire point. To push through, to keep going, to say, no, you're not going to stop us. You're not going to change us. You're not going to make us live in fear. It's not going to happen. And then you get all the candidates that jump on that. Well, yeah, like, of course they want to kill TPUSA. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You've heard them talk about it. They're a multi-million-dollar blah, 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 blah. Jealous much? Candace couldn't start or continue a TPUSA or anything of the sort if she wanted to. She doesn't have it. She won't be able to do it. There's no shot. So it's jealous. It's pure jealousy. Endless Summer Rose. Erika should take advice from Melania and Dana Lash. I forget how to pronounce her last name. I didn't like those guys at all, but I didn't get the vibe that they wanted to take over TPUSA. No. I don't know how involved. I think PBD, I think he's incredibly comfortable where he's at. I think if he was going to try to start any type of political organization, he would have done so already. He's practically a billionaire. I think he's comfortable where he's at. I could be wrong. I really could be wrong, but I don't know. Bronson, good point. Actually, I honestly didn't think about it that way. Now the ignorance would make sense. Jackie Blue 6116. Exactly. The moronic criticism of fireworks shows they don't know Charlie. Yeah, these guys, and I'm pretty sure Vinny brings that up. Like, man, you guys had Charlie on your show. I would assume, Vinny, you've seen a Charlie Kirk TPUSA event before, no? Maybe he hasn't. Maybe he never has. I guess it wouldn't surprise me. To be honest with you, Charlie Kirk doesn't really seem like Vinny's cup of tea, if you know what I mean. Far too nice. Far too logical for Vinny. So it wouldn't surprise me if Vinny rarely paid attention to Charlie Kirk. Jared is, he hosts the channel Continue Freedom. Karaoke 62. If you are not subscribed to Continue Freedom, definitely go subscribe. Definitely go subscribe. Jared's great, dude. And has incredible takes. Here he is, right here. Continue freedom. That would be Jared. Go subscribe. Catching Jared and you live today. Nice double feature, but I am late. You're good. We haven't even really gotten started yet. Marlboro Light 100, the fireworks is just another nitpick, moronic excuse to bash a woman they hate. There's nothing she can do to appease these demons. And you know what? Let's say it wasn't Erika Kirk. Let's say that she didn't take over the CEO position. It wouldn't have mattered. Wouldn't have made a bit of difference. Whoever was going to take over that spot would be in the situation that they're in now. In the same situation that Eric is in. Wouldn't have made a bit of difference. Mojo is unbothered. These are the same people that never spoke out against She-Devil Scamdy, yet they are quick to condemn Erika. It's distaste. Yeah, no shit. No kidding. Okay, so let's just say, okay, for whatever reason, you don't think Erika Kirk should be the CEO of TPUSA. Do you think that Candace Owens should be doing what she's doing? Let's say that Erika's not doing a good job. I haven't seen the numbers. It doesn't seem like they're too concerned about TPUSA. I'm talking about the people at TPUSA. Seems like they're doing okay. But let's just say she's not doing a good job. So fucking what? So what? It was Charlie's company. That is his wife. From everything we've seen, according to TPUSA, it was his choice that she take over the company if anything happens to him. She does a bad job. If she does a bad job, she does a bad job. So what? Not your call, dude. Not anybody's call but Charlie's. Mandy sends in another $5 super chat. All she has to do is hang on till Trump term is over, and I think Trump's going to help them. He's going to need something to do. Maybe. But if they're so concerned with Erika Kirk not doing a good job for TPUSA, why aren't they helping? They liked Charlie, remember? Charlie was such a big deal. They thought so highly of Charlie. Well, if you don't think she's doing help her out, Patrick Bet David. Help her out, Vinny. Have they done anything to help? No, all they do is criticize and try to tear down on some bullshit. If you care about TPUSA, if you really give a shit, PBD, you have the resources, dude. Why don't you help? Has he had Erika on the podcast? Has Erika been on the PBD podcast? Gee, I feel like they could just invite her. She'd probably show up and they could ask her these questions in person. Maybe they have reached out and they've declined. I don't know. But I feel like if they haven't reached out, maybe they should. Anyway, let's get into this. Let's go.
Bye.
So,
bye.
So we all know what happened at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. There was a clip of Erika Kirk running out saying, "I just want to go home." And that created a lot of people talking about it. And then Erika Kirk, in the last few weeks, Drewski did that one thing with her. You got a lot of comments that are being made about her. And then she reacted to it. Rob, I can't do 4 minutes and 12 seconds.
It's right off the beginning.
Oh, okay. So, and she came up and she said a few words of why she went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And the market reacted. So go ahead, Rob, play the clip.
We may have big problems with illegal immigration.
Charlie had no friends. It shows. He did. Charlie had friends. It's just not the people everybody thought that were his friends, right? It sounds like Graham Allen might have been a pretty good friend. He might have been a pretty good dude to have around. Andrew Colvett, it seems like he was pretty decent. Charlie had some friends. These are political acquaintances that helped get an agenda pushed. These guys will eat each other. They will shake hands. They will play good in front of the camera, pretend like they're all buddy and they all, you know what I mean? This is all one big giant bullshit grift. In my opinion, I'm not going to be able to keep positive with this. I'm just not. I'm just going to let it fly. Whatever I say. I don't care.
In this country, I have to tell you, we have an even bigger problem when it comes to the systemic indoctrination and radicalization of our own citizens. This is what got my husband killed. This is what has led.
I should have asked you to do it as a duo. To be fair, I may have declined because I'm afraid of what I'm going to say. You should see the video that I edited. I edited a lot out. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it live. I'm going to let it buck. Doesn't matter. But I may have declined, Jared, because I'd just be too afraid of what I would say. And I don't want to do that to your channel.
To 3 legitimate attempts on President Trump's life. And I can speak firsthand to that unbearable toll that this must take on our First Lady. There has never been a president who has faced this many assassination attempts in Americans' entire history. And after each one, the reaction from the far left has been, at best, a shrug, and in some cases, a sick disappointment that the shooter was unsuccessful. We are all human beings. And if you can just pause.
I don't think, Rob, this is the one that went viral.
It
was a short 20-second clip of what she said.
This one
Is
right
this
here.
the one? Go ahead.
Yep.
Play this clip. Go ahead, Rob.
Every morning I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO. And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on.
Okay, Vinny, your thoughts.
Before I even say anything, because I know where people are going to go, by the way, I prayed for this woman. I actually want her to succeed. I want nothing but the best for her and Charlie's children, number one. But she needs to step away as soon as possible. Okay, it's gone on.
Step away, as in like away
As
from.
as CEO, Pat, get out of there. You said this a while ago, but be the chair, be there. But this is like, if you're trying to replace Charlie Kirk, God rest his soul, it's impossible. You cannot do it. All right. He was the CEO of a huge international organization, of political organization, Pat. He's irreplaceable. You're not going to do it. And I'm sorry. And people are going to be butthurt. How dare you, grieving widow? Enough with that nonsense. I'm not talking about none of that. I feel for her, okay? Because she thought that she could replace Charlie Kirk. You can't. Andrew Colvin, who...
Is that what she thought, guys? Is that what anybody thought, that Erika Kirk was going to replace Charlie Kirk? So nobody can replace Charlie Kirk. Then what the fuck does it matter, Vinny? What difference does it make? Erika shouldn't be in there. Why? Because she can't replace Charlie? Nobody's going to replace Charlie. You just said it. So then what difference does it make, bro? These guys are talking out of their ass. Nothing they're saying is making any sense. I've already watched this, a few times. So I might start talking about things that they've already said. But PBD's take is one thing, coming from somebody who's been a CEO, right? Completely different business. Might be all kind of the same thing, but different, right? But Vinny, what the fuck are you talking about?
Whoever that guy is, they're sitting there doing the Charlie Kirk podcast without Charlie Kirk. Nonsense. Rob, go to their channel.
So
Go to the
fucking
views
stupid.
of that podcast.
Hey guys, why do you suppose that they keep the name The Charlie Kirk Show? Why do you think? I mean, I'm sure there's more than one reason, but in your guys' opinion, just using logic, what do you suppose that's for? Gee, I don't know. Could it be because it's part of? The audience is already there? That would sure make sense, wouldn't it? It's part of Charlie's legacy. They want to keep Charlie's legacy going, considering it was taken from him by a left-wing radical, the same people that TPUSA are fighting against and trying to keep from getting power. And you're going to dog them for wanting to keep Charlie's name going. Because why? Why? Who gives a shit? Let them run that name.
Podcast. Don't even go back and show Charlie's because it's in the millions. Nobody's watching it. Nobody's watching it. So whoever was behind it and all the people that were behind Charlie Kirk, it's working because TPUSA, Pat, they're feeling it, okay? And I'm sorry, you show up to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, okay? You're taking photos with people. People are going to talk about you. You're taking, you went to the VIP thing with whatever his name is. You're taking photos. And then there's a shooting in a place where you know that the biggest targets are there. The president has already been, the assassination attempt has already been happened twice. All the major players are there. You're there. There's a shooting and you're crying saying, I want to go home. You should be home. You haven't been home. You have 2 children at home. You're about to go on a tour and everything. I'm sorry, Pat.
Erika Kirk didn't take that video of herself and post it on the internet. Somebody else did. Had they not, nobody would ever know that Erika Kirk was crying or upset. The only reason Erika talked about it is because somebody else took that video and put it on the internet. And who cares? So fucking what? She's gone through a pretty traumatic experience. Because she's crying, she can't handle it? Because she's crying and having emotions, she's not fit? What's the argument here? You're at a political place where ideally, I would think for the most part, you would go to that thinking it's pretty secure, right? That there's a pretty good chance nothing bad's going to happen. Or if it does, it's going to get squashed pretty quickly, which it was. And she gave the reason why she went because of all these reporters talking shit. You're like, you know what? I'm going to give them the opportunity. Instead of talking about me, why don't you talk with me? Because that's what Charlie did, right? That's what she said, basically. That's what Charlie did. He's going to go out and talk to them. Well, she gave him the opportunity. So what? So she cried. So she was scared. Big fucking deal. You never been scared, Vinny? Probably. Somebody just wasn't there to catch it on camera, were they? I bet you've had some pretty vulnerable moments in your life. You look like a pretty emotional dude. Lucky for you, nobody caught it on camera, bro. Especially now that you're all big and famous, right? God, I would hate to see anybody catch Vinny being vulnerable on camera. Wouldn't that be terrible? See how you would, how do you think Vinny would handle it? Think he'd be all tough about it? No, I'm sure he'd probably have something to say about it, like any other human being on the planet. Does that mean you can't do your job, Vinny? Now these people are fucktards.
That's a man's job to be the CEO of Turning Point.
Maybe it is a man's job to be a CEO. Maybe it is. Maybe women shouldn't be CEO. As far as I can tell, that's not a law, and it's completely allowed. So until that happens, why is Turning Point supposed to be a man's job? Why is that the CEO of Turning Point supposed to be a man's job, Vinny? Why? Does he give a reason? Does he give an explanation? Is it because it's dangerous?
Say, Adam, I don't care what anybody says. That's a man's job. I'm not bashing anything about women, but this is a political, huge organization, all right, with the biggest movement for Republicans, and he helped the president become the president. And I'm sorry, if you can't take the heat, that's what CEOs do. I'm sorry.
Who's saying she can't take the heat? Has Erika said, I can't handle this job? Why? Because she came out and said that people are making fun of her? Pretty sure the whole point she was making is that I'm taking all this heat, and guess what? We're going to keep going. She's dressed in black, right? She's got that badass black hat on, all black. By the way, I got one coming because I'm a simp. I'm a simp for Erika Kirk, motherfucker. That was her whole point of that video. Was basically saying, I'm taking all this shit, and guess what? We're going to keep going. That's what a dude would do. Dude would say, bring it on. You ain't going to stop us. We're going to keep pushing forward. Hate all you want. Post all you want. We're coming. Oh, by the way, if you defame me, probably going to sue your ass. Deal with it. Like, who gives a shit? Vinny, what are you talking about? Can't take the heat. Nobody's saying she can't take the heat. She's not saying she can't take the heat. She's saying the exact opposite. Did you guys hear something different in Erika's video? I'm just curious. Because that's what I heard. I heard her say, I can take the heat. I heard her say, I'm taking all the heat. And I'm still going. And we're still going. Did I miss something? This is some beta male bullshit right here.
Sorry, you went there to confront your critics. Your critics aren't there, Erika. They're not there. Fox is there. CNN is there. Those are cool people there. They're not bashing you. You think Candace and all these people are going to show up there? And I'm sorry. And again, I pray for her. You know I do. I genuinely loved Charlie. And I pray for her family. You don't have it. This isn't it. This isn't your bag. Step back. Let somebody else take it. Let somebody else take it. And I say this with pain in my heart. The people behind-
you say it with pain in your heart, Vinny. Aw, you got pain in your heart, but you feel for him as you're criticizing the shit out of her and telling, I love Charlie. I so care about Charlie. Why don't you help his fucking wife out then, dude? Why don't you help Charlie out since he can't? Why don't you help? She wants to be there, clearly. Does she really need an excuse why she wants to do what she's doing? I'm pretty sure they get into that. Like, was it the board's decision? Was it Erika's? What difference does it make? The decision was made. She's there. You care about Charlie? Why don't you go help his wife? Why don't you go help TPUSA? Help. Because what you're doing, this isn't helping. This isn't helping Charlie.
Assassinating Charlie, this is what they wanted, Pat. The movement's weakened. Nobody's watching. You know what I mean? You're replacing it because you want to be in front of the camera.
I'm gonna be doing a lot of pauses, guys. Nobody's watching. What were those Super Bowl show numbers? Those were pretty good, right? Those are pretty good. Nobody's watching the Charlie Kirk show. Here's the deal. Maybe they just need to find some more talent. Maybe Blake Neff and Andrew Colvette just aren't that talented. Maybe they need more. But so what? Charlie's been gone 7 months. Give him some time. Give him some time. They'll figure some things out. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? Whatever cliche you want to use. Nobody's watching. That might not be because of Erika Kirk. That could just be because Andrew Colvette and Blake Neff just aren't that fun to watch. Could be. If you watch Andrew Colvette and Blake Neff and you compare it to any Charlie show, anytime he's ever done his show, here's the biggest difference. These guys, they are under a crazy magnifying glass for all the wrong reasons. So it's like they're walking on eggshells when they do their show, right? That's basically it. Charlie was not walking on eggshells. Charlie said the things he wanted to say, the way he wanted to say them, with a very professional spin on it, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm describing that right or not. Like, he's not, you know what I mean? He didn't swear, right? He's not off going on, but Charlie had moments where he was unhinged. I mean, for Charlie. But Andrew Colvette, Blake Neff, anybody there right now, like, they're walking on eggshells trying to figure this thing out. And they're getting criticism for shit they shouldn't even be getting criticized for. It would be one thing if the criticism was they're just not that entertaining. The criticism is they're lying and hiding shit and are involved in what happened to Charlie Kirk. Like, what are we talking about? Erika's not being criticized because she's not a good CEO. The criticism is coming from tards like Candace Owens and all these other idiots who are, she's a black widow, right? Artie, shout out Artie. She's a black widow. She's the one responsible for her husband. She's a honeypot. All this other bullshit. She's not being criticized because she's not a good CEO.
And you want to take it and then complain about it, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is what comes when you want to be the CEO of Turning Point USA, because everybody's coming after you. And when you're in front of the camera, they're all going to talk. We all know that. I guarantee the comments are, half of them are talking crap and half of them are saying Vinny is right. And that's what comes with the territory, because I'm sitting in front of a camera, in front of a mic, Pat. She just be the chair. Sit back. When you go on stage, Pat, fireworks, Erika Kirk, CEO, chair. This isn't the WWE. You have children. Go take care of them. Go be with them. Let somebody take the reign.
Adam.
That's how I feel.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's multiple reasons why Erika Kirk decided to do this. Okay. And she's pretty much already kind of said it, right? She prayed about it, and this is what she believes the Lord wants her to do. Okay. But you don't think there's a little part of the human part of Erika Kirk where she was like, fuck these motherfuckers. I'm not letting them take this shit from Charlie. I'm not letting them take this from us. You don't think that's there? I know she comes out and she paints this picture of, I gotta believe she's still pretty human, and there's, maybe not vengeance or revenge there, but something close to it. Like, no, you're not just gonna kill this with a bullet and it's just gonna go away. And that's what these people are basically telling her to do. What would you do? You gonna just let them destroy you? You gonna just let them make you go away and hide in the shadows, never to come out and show your face again? Because you're too scared? I mean, we might as well pack it up now if this is our representatives on the right and this is the mentality they have, we might as well pack it in. Because these people on the left, they ain't playing fucking games. Clearly. So if this is the mentality, we're cooked. We're done. It's over. It's over. Go away. Go hide, Erika. Go hide. Go be scared.
I'll just read the Bible quote. You shall not afflict any widow or orphan child. If you afflict them in any way, and they cry to me, I will surely hear their cry, and my anger shall burn hot, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows.
Shell Super, PBD is right wing. PBD is a businessman. First and foremost. And you can tell by the way he talks. The market decided. The marketplace of ideas has decided that Erika Kirk isn't fit to be CEO of TPUSA. Sorry, PBD, not everything's about the market all the time, dude. Not everything's about being successful and getting all the numbers. Sometimes it's just about taking a fucking stand. And sometimes it's not popular. You can't just sit and look at computers and go, you know what, this is the popular thing. So if I want to continue to grow, or I want to continue to be relevant, or I want to continue to hold my place in history here, I've got to just go with what's popular and ride this popularity wave. Forget morals. Fuck morals. Those are out the window, because it's more important that I stay relevant. Yeah, sometimes you just got to stand for what's right, even if that means you lose. It's called character.
Your children orphans. That's from Exodus in the Bible. Whether you believe in God or not, the Bible is very explicit on how to treat a widow. I'm talking about a widow right now. I'll talk about the CEO in a second. I think what people have done to Erika Kirk is just shameful and disgusting, how they're treating this person as a widow. I'll get to the CEO portion in a second. People have to take a long look in the mirror. I'm talking to the people that were dancing on Charlie's grave. I'm talking about the people that are accusing Erika Kirk of killing her husband, as if this benefits her at all, as if she wants to be a widow. I don't want to go too far down that path. To me, it's just disgusting. Conversely, if she's in the limelight and she's in the CEO and you're claiming that a woman can't be a CEO or whatever.
I didn't say that. Don't put
a lot of people are.
Not for Turning Point USA.
Okay, well,
Not
then
for-
you are.
Sorry.
Then you are.
I'm not.
So-
You just blanketed me.
I don't know how long you guys have been paying attention to PBD Podcast. I don't know if you watched prior to the 2020 election at all. Adam is a libtard. Okay? Granted, he's converted a little bit. Patrick Bet-David had a lot to do with that, I believe. Patrick is the alpha male in the room, and it's not even close, okay? When it comes to this cast or this crew. All right? He is the alpha. Not even close. How is it that the libtard is making more sense than Vinny, the angry patriot? Explain that one to me, Vinny.
He's saying women can't be CEO.
Okay.
When I said she can't be the CEO of a
Okay.
political organization. Out of
Why
that,
not?
the CEO was
Why
murdered.
not?
Because that's what comes with it.
Okay.
This is the territory that you're in.
Perfect.
You might get shot.
Okay.
You think she can handle that with her 2 kids?
Well-
Are you delusional?
You think she can handle what? So what comes with the territory is getting shot. You know, I got to think that kind of doesn't come with that territory. Comes with the territory with what Charlie was doing. I don't think Erika's about to go on debate schedules, is she? I don't think she's going to be putting up tents and talking about change my mind. Am I wrong? Am I confused? Am I misunderstanding what Erika's role is right now? So how does what Erika's doing, and even if it does, right? Let's just say it does. Assassinations now are just part of it. They just come with the territory, right? And keep in mind that this is who we want to give power over to, right? The people that assassinate. This is who we want to run and be afraid of. Let them win, guys. You know, let them make you live in fear. But how does he know that she can't handle it? I got to tell you, from everything I'm seeing from Erika Kirk, it kind of seems like she can handle it. She didn't run and hide. She didn't go crawl into a weird depression for months on end and not see the light of day. She didn't run away from it. She faced it head on. And she's continuing to do that. So is everybody else at TPUSA. That sure looks like they can handle it. Why? Because she's a woman and she was emotional at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Guess what? If she's out at something else, right, and something terrible happens and it makes her cry, and then if she decides after that to no longer do anything, okay, then maybe she can't handle it. But if she goes back out again and faces the firing squad again and just continues to do that, that's telling me she can handle it. So what the fuck are you talking about?
She can't handle it.
I'm the one defending the widow right now, and
That's
you're criticizing her. And you're
Adam,
asking
you
if I'm
took a
delusional.
biblical thing and tried to put it in a
You
place.
who read the Bible every day should read that quote
But
again.
you're taking that.
You who
Bible
read the
quote
Bible every day
completely
should
out
read
of
that
context.
I want to hear your final
Yeah, go
thought.
ahead.
Keep going.
But my
Keep going.
point is this. If you're criticizing a widow, look in the mirror. I'm not saying to you, Vinny.
I know.
I'm saying to the rest of the world. If you want to criticize her as a CEO and saying that this isn't her rightful job, cool, that's cool. But isolate the two. Now for the third point. The whole point that she's crocodile tears, performative. She doesn't really care that her husband was murdered in cold blood. Where are we as a society that we feel like we can just jump down people's throat and criticize every word? And I get it. I got into I don't want to say a debate, a full-fledged conversation with my girlfriend. She goes, something's not right about her. I don't know, the crying, the rings, the outfits. I go, so what are you saying? She's like, well, I don't know. I get a bit weird feeling about her. I go, well, do you think she killed her husband? She goes, no, that's insane. I go, thank you. Because people are conflating her crying and fireworks and her being CEO with killing Charlie. I asked one question. What would Charlie think right now? That's my guiding light. What would Charlie think?
What?
He would say, oh my God.
The libtard is making the most sense. Unbelievable. Good look, PBD. Good job. Maybe that was the goal. Maybe Adam has been taking too much shit for getting his ass kicked against Dave Smith in that debate that he didn't really debate. Look, say what you want about Dave Smith. Adam did not do a good job in that debate. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. Doesn't matter. Maybe that's the point of this. Is, well, we got to make Adam look a little better. Because he does. He's the only one that sounds even a little rational in this entire thing.
I'm hopefully in heaven while my wife is there suffering and being criticized left and right while her husband has been shot and assassinated. My 2 kids are orphans and people want to criticize her constantly. I think that Charlie had a plan in place. I think that Turning Point USA had a plan in place. I think that they put her in CEO as a reason. Do I think she's the best possible CEO? I don't. But for now, she's the CEO. And she, in my opinion, is waking up every...
I love Chunk. Adam is a horrible debater. Yeah, I mean, you got to start somewhere, right? I don't think I would do a very good job in a lot of debates either. But I'm also not like knocking on the door, lining up debates. But at the same time, like, how do I want to say this? No, it doesn't matter. Let's keep going.
every day, as tough as it is, saying, how can I fulfill what Charlie's legacy is and what he was trying to do? And it's not easy.
I'm going to come back to you, Vinny. Tom,
Okay.
go ahead.
So a couple things.
Okay, I'll just say it. I'll say it. I don't know if you guys saw the PBD podcast after Adam did that debate with Dave Smith. But in my opinion, the way PBD handled that, he pretty much went live on the show and like kicked Adam while he was down in front of their audience. To me, that's a little fucked up. How do you not just pull Adam aside and, you know, if you have some things to say it man to man, say it person to person. Like, that's your dude. And then you just bring him on the show to just rip him apart. Like, I don't know, man. That was a little dirty to me, to be honest. LOL, Adam looked like an idiot on Piers and he sounds like Einstein in this episode. I know. I don't know what the hell they're doing over there. I have no clue. But this isn't it. And I'm sure the numbers are great. I'm sure all the candidates are absolutely in love with the PBD podcast, or at least Vinny. Sure, they love Vinny right now. So maybe it's, you know, if you're listening to the market, maybe that's probably the right play, right? Right? If the market and relevance and money and all of that is super important to you, yeah, it's probably the right play. If you have character and you stand on some morals, no, it's bitch made shit. Oof, I'm really pushing the boundaries on this YouTube video. We'll see. I think they hate me anyway, so let's keep going.
This is a woman who had no time to mourn in the middle of not just the loss of her husband, but a national tragedy with all the weight and all the heaviness and all the media coverage and everything that went with that. And we weren't in the boardroom when the board, this is a nonprofit that has a board. You can go look it up. And there's like 4 highly experienced.
Oh, let's see. Fight like a brave. I'm late and not sure what everyone's general take on this is. Well, I'll tell you what my take is in a nutshell. We're going to keep going, and I've probably got a whole ton more to say, and a lot of swear words are going to come out, so just be forewarned. But here's my take. There's a lot of things PBD, the people on PBD Podcast say that I agree with. Been watching them for a long time. and I'm probably still going to continue to watch them. However, in this, it's a room full of bitches. That's my take.
Men that are on the board of this, the board made the decision. Charities have boards, and whatever was in Charlie's wishes or a transition plan, here they are. There it is. David Engelhardt, Doug DeGroat. By the way, Pat, you and I were in a Vistage group with Doug DeGroat, Mike Miller, and Tom Sodika. I said, that's the board. And the board has a fiduciary responsibility to the charity license to make the choice. And they made the choice. And we weren't in there for that choice. But what I've seen unfold is the result on Erika of all the stress and everything that goes with it. How can this be easy? This can't be easy. And it concerns me seeing the outcome of Turning Point USA seemingly lose momentum. And I think that is really sad, is what Charlie did, how he helped with elections and was moving the hearts of kids on Christian foundation to good conservative thinking. And to see Turning Point losing that bothers me. And lastly, to the verse, I'm going to moderate here real quick on the verse. You quoted the verse in Exodus. That is under the Mosaic law, and they were talking about the community's duty to take care of widows. Why? Women didn't work. And then didn't have economic capability to feed their children. And so they encouraged the community, take care of the widow and the fatherless in your community so we don't come into disrepute of saying that we don't care for God's kids. Under Mosaic law, take care. That's what that was all about. I see where you were going, but I don't see the application here.
Yeah, okay.
Because she works?
What do you mean, because she works?
He's saying that law was, or that Bible verse was,
they didn't
when
work.
women didn't work. So the difference is because she has a job.
You know, who cares? Who cares? Are they going to get into a theological argument now about what the Bible verse means? How about just common fucking decency not to accuse somebody of a heinous act without any evidence? They're not piling on Erika Kirk because they think she's not a good CEO. They'd have no idea if she's a good CEO or not. You don't have long enough to judge somebody on that. They're piling on Erika Kirk because they want to destroy TPUSA, not necessarily PBD Podcast, not you know what I mean? But there are people whose agenda it is, Charlie's now out of the way, and they can completely destroy TPUSA. Why? Because TPUSA was incredibly effective. Charlie Kirk is irreplaceable. There wasn't going to be anybody to replace Charlie Kirk. It just wasn't going to happen. I'd like to see where Charlie would be at now. What opinions Charlie would have now. I think that would be great because this whole Jews bad, Israel bad thing was just starting to really pick up steam right before what happened to him. And I would love to see what his opinions and take would be now in this environment. Would he have gone with the flow? Would he have changed up to try to keep everybody together, to try to keep this right-wing coalition moving forward? What would he, you know what I mean? I sucks that he's not here. But nobody was going to replace Charlie. That's a stupid point. Yeah, Charlie was incredibly effective. Is Erika going to be Charlie? Not a chance in hell. Not going to happen, guys. Anybody who thinks that Erika Kirk is going to do just as good of a job as Charlie, you're kidding yourselves. And I don't know that holding her to that standard is insane. I'm not going to hold anybody to the standard of Charlie Kirk. Brad Bowen, 100% Bronson. What the F is Vinny saying? Infuriates me. He doesn't know what he's saying. He's just being a chihuahua and just bark, 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 bark. That's it. That's all he's doing. Making content. Thank you for the $5 donation. He has no idea. He's reading what people are saying on X, and he's just parroting bullshit talking points. They're using the Charlie Kirk thing. They're still using the Charlie Kirk show. That's gross. That should not. Why? Give me a reason why you think that's gross. I think it's cool. Go for it. Run it. Keep his name out there. Perfect. He's just parroting other shit that people are saying. Probably getting him a ton of retweets. Probably getting him a ton of likes and a ton of views.
now?
You said you
we
will
can,
not.
we can dismiss how widows feel?
No.
I look at this in a very different way.
Don't do
I look
that.
at this in a very different way. Is there anything you want to tell Adam
Well,
before I
just
go?
want to say, because Adam, you're talking about the CEO situation. Do you realize her husband, Charlie, when he was around and when he was assassinated, security detail, ex-military, that job that he has, because she's trying to fill that role, is one of the most dangerous jobs, and that proved it right then and there. So you want, I'm not, by the way, has nothing to do with
Being a
widow
public
or no,
figure
no,
is a
Adam,
dangerous job.
you're taking over a
days it is.
political, like, you understand what TPUSA was?
Let me just go a different direction then. Okay, because
No, Vinny, why don't you explain it to everybody? Explain to everybody what TPUSA was. You mean is, right? Why don't you explain to everybody what TPUSA is, Vinny? Adam, do you understand? Do you not know what TPUSA was? Do you not know what they did? Was trying to push back against the gigantic left-wing stranglehold that's on our education? Yeah, that's what TPUSA is. And Charlie was absolutely awesome at it. He's doing a great job going into colleges and essentially maybe not necessarily converting, but he was definitely creating Republicans who were Christians, which is an awesome thing. The more of those we get, the better. Why is that dangerous? That really shouldn't be a dangerous job. That's crazy. That's how fucked up that's the crap we're in, is that because he was going and basically teaching conservative Christian values to college kids, essentially, he needed to be shot for it. And and you want Erika Kirk to go away and hide? You want people to go away and hide and not push back against that? Not have the courage to stand up to it? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, they should be praising Erika. Whether help her out. You should be praising her. She just lost her husband and she has the courage to say, I'm going to take this and push this forward. She has the courage to be surrounded by military security and do these things. Are you kidding me? And these guys are, oh, that's so scary, Erika. You shouldn't do it. Would these guys do it, you think? What line would have to be crossed before they stop, do you think? You think if somebody went to the PBD, never mind. We're not gonna do that on YouTube. Anywho, Homa 101 or Hama 101, every successful CEO stays in their signal. I've seen nothing but Erika keeping on her company's mission statement. Yeah, I agree. I don't know what Erika Kirk is doing that they think is so bad for a CEO to be doing. What has she done that makes them think she just can't? Because she cried? She's a woman. So what? She had a traumatic experience and was just part of another one. Oh no, she had a little emotion that you wouldn't have known about if some asshole wasn't recording and putting it on the internet. Because it's not like Erika did it. And either way, I don't care. If you get into a moment, it's scary and you're crying and then you disappear, okay, now you probably shouldn't do it. But if you get into a moment that's scary, you cry, and then you step right back out into it, yeah, that's courage. Yeah, that's character. That's what I want out of anybody at the head of anything. Remember Donald Trump? Shot in the ear, fight. Wow. What's the difference? I'm sorry, what's the difference? Her husband's murdered. And she's standing at the head of that company, going, we are not going to back down. We are going to push forward. Somebody want to explain the difference? They loved Trump when he did the fight thing. How is what Erika's doing is any different? I don't understand. These people are stupid.
You guys got your thoughts. I'll give my thoughts, and my position doesn't change.
God, I'm coming across as like a huge Erika Kirk simp right now. And I'm like whatever happens, okay? I just want to expose the bullshit. I want people of no character to not have these audiences anymore. I'm tired of it. You guys want to build somebody up? I don't know if you guys saw this. Somebody gave a shout out to Gary Melton on Timcast, his after show the other day. They call in, they take call-ins. Somebody called in and gave Gary a shout out. You want to build some people up and make some people with some balls famous? Let's get Gary up there. Let's get Gary as much coverage as we can. You know what I'm saying? Somebody with some damn integrity who's going to say how it is, period. Instead of this, we need to look at the market and go with what the market's saying.
Element to it that I've never shared before. So, who do you think made the decision after Charlie was killed for her to be?
Let me give you guys an example, okay? And I hope Gary doesn't get mad at me for this. Something happened, right? And Gary had said multiple times that he was not going to speak out against somebody in the regiment, okay? He was not going to speak out against a former Green Beret because he believes in a code, okay? Gary has so much integrity that he held that until he couldn't anymore, until there was no reason to hold that anymore because fucktard betrayed that code himself. Talking about Valhalla, okay? So Gary said, fuck him, enough is enough. That's fucking integrity. That is a real person. That is a person of strong character. Let's get those guys famous. Let's get those guys big. Let's get those guys' voices out. Fuck these people.
Become the CEO, the board or her?
The board.
These cowards who play it safe so they can hold their relevance and keep their paychecks coming in, so they can feel all special and important while they're wearing their $20,000 suits and their $300,000 watches. Eat it.
I think her.
I think it was the board.
Okay.
Most organizations have a succession plan. It's part of the chart.
So, Tom, I'm part of the board. What advice do you think I give? What advice do you think I give if I'm part of the board? You've been in plenty of board meetings with me. You know what I would say? So let's do two things.
Mm-hmm.
Vinny says Erika chose to be the CEO. Okay? You're saying it's the board, you're saying it's the board. Okay. Can you run a poll? I'm curious what the audience think. Because this is where I go with this. If it's the board messed up. Why did the board mess up? If you ask me a question like that, do you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, first of all, the conversation of you being CEO today is off.
Old Mean Lady sent on EX 2-minute candy spoof. Please do a reaction vid. Okay, I'll take a look at it. Thank you for the $2 donation. I appreciate it.
The table, if you ask me. Because you're going to get nonstop criticism. It needs to go to somebody else. Let's put somebody else that can take all the arrows that is coming in.
I don't understand what he's talking about. Who is saying that Erika can't take all the arrows? Because she did a video and said that she's got comedians doing whiteface against her, that she's got Candace accusing her of murdering Charlie. I don't understand what makes them think that that's her saying she can't take the arrows. It looks like she's taking the arrows. She's been taking them. And what difference does it make if the board decided or if Erika said, I want to do this? What difference does it make? She's the CEO. That's it. I don't get it. I don't understand. Somebody help me understand. These guys talking about how much they loved Charlie, about how great TPUSA was, about how effective it was. If it's so great and you think Erika isn't doing as good of a job as she could be doing, where's the constructive criticism of how maybe she could do better? Where are you guys helping? Do you care or do you not care? Is this just for views? You don't get, I'm just going to give my 2-minute opinion as a bigwig CEO and say that maybe she shouldn't be doing it. That's it. If that is it, then why? Start one and do it better, PBD. I don't understand.
Pick someone else. Who? I don't know. It can't be you. And I'm going to ask Erika. I'm going to say, what's the most important thing to you right now? to be a widow wife who lost one of the most important people in the political history ever, maybe the most important voice that we have today?
Yep.
Do you want to go mourn and have the time to yourself? 2, do you want to be a mother or do you want to be a CEO? Which of those 3 is the most important to you? That question, if she said mother or mourn, it's, guess what? I'm telling you, step away for 6 months.
Why?
And just do your thing.
For what? What difference would that have made? Step away for 6 months. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if Erika Kirk had just vanished from the public eye for 6 months? The Charlie Kirk conspiracy theory started the same day. Immediately, Israel did it. Could you imagine if Erika would have just disappeared for 6 months? Not said anything, not done anything, not posted to social media, just nothing. Explain to me how the conspiracy would be any different than it is now. Probably be worse. It would be, where's Erika? Where is she? Where's his wife? How come we haven't seen her? Why hasn't she said anything? How come she's not doing, this was his company. How come she's not doing anything with his company? The fucking criticism would have been right there, would have changed nothing. I would argue probably be worse. As conspiratorial minded as I am, like that one would have made me go, yeah, where is she? Even I might have been like, that's a little weird. It's not weird to me at all that Erika decided to do what she did. I'm sure she could have, even if she wanted to be CEO, like it was in her control to either take that position or not, right? It's not weird to me at all that she took it. That makes the most sense to me, that she would want to be the one. Like it's a way, and she probably assumed that she was going to have a ton of support. I seriously doubt she's seen this going the way it's gone. I could not imagine that she was like, no, I'm sure as soon as I step into this role, they're going to accuse me of unaliving Charlie, and it's going to be like one of the most popular theories out there. Just for the person that's been pushing it for 7 months to come out and say, I just want to emphatically state that I have never accused Erika Kirk of unaliving Charlie Kirk. That's stupid, bitch. Anyway, no difference. Would have been worse. I think it would have been worse if she'd have just gone away for 6 months.
To get those 2 things right, we got it. We'll nominate somebody to be the CEO to take all the arrows, and it's your job. Guess what? All the heat, you're getting paid to take all the arrows, because that's what comes with the property of being a CEO. Now, if she says, no, I want to be CEO, then you know what I say? Why? Why do you want to be CEO? What's the benefit of being CEO? Why would you want to be CEO today? Because here's what happens. Like, the part that makes it like that scripture you read from Exodus, old school, Moses, is fair, but generally widows step away to mourn.
Of course.
Okay, so you have 2 kids. They step away to mourn. They step away to mourn to go do their own thing, okay?
Oh, here we go. This is what women do, or this is what men do, or we're just going to generalize, and nobody's an individual, and, you know, because Erika's circumstance is just so common that this is obviously what somebody would do in her situation. Yeah, lot of, like, what are we talking about? Why? Why would she want to be CEO? Gee, I don't know. They just killed her husband. She's probably a little upset. Wouldn't surprise me at all if she didn't want to take the fight to him a little bit. What are we talking about?
And it's not like TPUSA, she was a face of it. She was not. He was the face of it. That was his job. Okay? So you want to automatically take this position? No. So I think that applies to what the context was back in the days. There's a lot, guys, there's a lot of weird conspiracy stuff about Erika that comes 24/7. It's nonstop.
Marlboro Light 100. Love the show, Bronson. Thank you for what you do. I can't stay and listen to this anymore. Too evil. See you next show. I get it, dude. I get it. Have a good one. To me, this is dumb. I don't know if I would say this is evil. This is just like incredibly ignorant. PBD is he's not, I don't know, like you just completely eliminating the human element out of this completely. You're just looking at it from a business standpoint. You know, and he would even make you, well, it's a business. It's not. I mean, it is, but it isn't. It's a human organization.
It's out of control. I've never been fan of the jewelry. I've told you guys when I was there myself. I've never been fan of the bling bling. I've never been fan of
Never
this.
been a
I've
fan
said
of
that
the bling bling. Patrick Bet-David on the regular will have $150,000, $200,000 watches on. And he's going to criticize a woman for wearing jewelry. Oh, it's in bad taste that she's wearing jewelry because her husband was unalived. Aren't those rings mean something to her, right? Aren't they like the initials of her children? Never been a fan of the bling bling. How dare a woman wear makeup and jewelry after her husband was unalived? What are we talking about? What a dumb criticism. People need to grow up, man. Seriously. Oh my gosh, she came out. What, like, yeah.
very clearly, I'm not. It's overdoing it. I never saw her with a lot of makeup, then I saw her with a lot of makeup. I never saw her with a lot of jewelry, now I see her with a lot of jewelry. That criticism happens when you're on the...
You saw her get dressed up for events. No, say it isn't so. You mean she should just come out looking like she crawled out of bed for an event? PBD, how come you just show up to work? Don't do your hair, bud. Leave it a crazy mess. Come in rocking a dirty t-shirt and some ripped jeans, bro. Do your show that way. What is he talking about? How many videos have we seen of Erika like riding around in the SUV or whatever, looking totally normal, right? Looking a mess. Oh, but because she's at an event and she's dressed up and dressing for the occasion. Oh,
call it on the big stage with the camera. Yep. But to me, all of this starts off with when an event like that happens, the board has an immediate...
Chrissy Katz, I can't believe all the judgment on one person. I'm okay with judgment. Go for it. But like, this is dumb. They're judging on things that shouldn't even matter in any way, shape, or form. She dressed up for an event. Anytime she does an event, she dressed up. The one time she kind of dressed casually, she even caught shit for that because it was leather pants, leather couch, JD Vance in the couch. Like, it doesn't fucking matter what she does. And there she is, still going out and doing the thing and taking the arrows that they have just said multiple times she can't handle. Like, how are they this tone deaf? They just have no...
Meeting, you got to ask the question, what's more important to you, being a mom, mourning as a widow, or being a CEO? And then imagine you're in the boardroom and the answer is,
model.
I want to be CEO.
Yeah, right.
Tom, I would kind of...
If anything, I'd say she's like kind of underdressing, really. You know what I mean? I haven't seen her show up to an event like with a bikini and like a bouquet of flowers around her neck yet. Like, what are we talking about? I think she's come across as dressing pretty professional, in my opinion. This is so stupid. What a dumb criticism.
Be like, are you sure? Yeah.
Exactly.
Are you sure you want to be CEO? Yes.
Fast decision.
Yeah, and so I would have said, guys, I don't know.
Oh, Tom. Oh, that was such a fast decision. Oh my goodness. Oh, so bad. Listen, guys, I'm sure these are good people, but they're being real bitches in this part of the show. Oh, this such a fast decision. Why didn't you just give it time? Why? It just would have made more. I says blah, 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 blah. Shut up.
If I can contribute, here, because I don't think this is the right move. I think the right move is...
Continue free to PBD sells $600 shoes. What a stupid critique. Who's buying his shit? I like PBD. You ain't catching me in any of these stupid hats. Future looks bright. Does it? Are you sure? How bright's it looking right now, fucktard? Future looks bright. Yeah, we're going to hand power back to the Democrats. Real bright look in there, PBD. Seriously, who's buying this? I've been wanting to say something about their stupid merch and I like these guys. I watch these guys. But the merch is corny, like insanely overpriced hats that just look like shit. You got a bunch of I don't know if you golf. I don't know if there's any golfers that listen to me, but a bunch of golf bros out on the course with their Future Looks Bright merch. I see I can be critical too about dumb shit.
Take a break, let the dust settle, get everything squared away,
and his
then go.
Stupid logo, that Valuetainment logo. So dumb. Lion's head. Oh, that's original.
Then go. Because as much as people sympathize, we were at Casa D'Angelo's yesterday. You notice I was 10 minutes. You're standing right next to me. This couple there, we're talking. What do you think they're talking about? You saw what they're talking about?
Corny merch. Yeah, it's super safe merch. It's marketable. We got to be marketable. We want to be millionaires and billionaires. We have to be marketable. So we're gonna super safe. This is why I listen to streamers that are like Gary or like Asmongold they don't give a shit about being marketable. They care about being real. We inflate these people that want to be marketable. They got to get ads. They got to be able to sell ads, right? PBD's got to keep his appearance looking good because he's got business connections and all this. I don't want those people talking for me because they're fake, because they're sellouts, because they can be bought.
Charlie Kirk.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. She was talking about Charlie Kirk. The entire conversation was about Charlie Kirk. And she said, my oldest son, who's a grown man, was crying the day Charlie Kirk got killed. Now, I was telling a story about where we were at. And, yeah. So, I don't know. I think it goes all the way there. So, you know what it is? If the story comes out, it never will. But if the story comes out from the board, that the board nominated her to be the CEO, I disagree with.
While we're on that point about sellouts, you guys, listen, I was so wrong about Graham Allen. He's turned out to be awesome. But I think he even has sponsorships. But that dude he doesn't give an F. Here, I'm censoring myself now. He doesn't give a fuck. Graham Allen he's just letting it roll. He's letting it go. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. He don't give a fuck. Brad Bowen, bro, hell motherfucking yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you for the $10 donation. Guys, listen, this is the cowardice stuff that just drives me nuts. Like I understand wanting to be political. I understand, like they have to vote. We have to work together, right? Or we're gonna end up losing the country to psychopaths. But what are they doing? This isn't working together. This is you're just creating division. If you help Erika, help her. If you think she's doing such a bad job, help her. Don't tell her to go away. Don't call her a bad CEO. And don't get rid of the fireworks. What are we talking about? Who doesn't like fucking fireworks? So stupid. We have a holiday dedicated to fireworks in this country. I want more fireworks. We only get it one day a year. I want it every other month. We should have fireworks celebrations. What are we doing? This is America, you pussies.
That decision. I think that's a bad decision. But if the story comes out that she chose to be the CEO.
She came out to fireworks. WWE. Sparklers. Shut up. Fucking cool. Like fireworks.
Then guess what? You can't be upset with the criticism because what you're telling the world is you can.
I like grenades more. I'd be okay with replacing fireworks with grenades. Just saying. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Handle all the heat in the world and you're willing to take it. Then this is a very, very nasty world we're living in. I got a call the other day from a guy. He asked me the weirdest question. This is a very well-known guy. I won't mention his name because it was a private conversation. He is the best at what he's done the last 30 years. You know who his name is. Everyone knows who this guy is. We're going through the back and forth, and he's asking me about some of the stuff that people are calling out and this and that. And he said, does it bother you? I said, no, it doesn't bother me. He says, how do you handle it? I said, the only thing that bothers me is like one of my friends came and he says, you know how much stuff the previous company people are saying about you? I said, you don't need to tell me. Because the 5 people that I care about their opinions, I already know what they think and I'm good. So don't.
Cloudy PDX. All right, I'm rage quitting. I'll catch you next time. Thanks. Go enjoy your weekend. Have a great weekend, Cloudy.
Don't worry about sharing it with me. I don't need to know. I'm at a different phase of my life. So you know they're going to come after you. You know they're going to come and target you. You know they're going to do it. This is not a...
Yeah, she knows. She knows they're going to target her. She knows they're going to come at her. She still took it. She's still doing it. Still going. What are we going on, like 8 months now or something? She's still going. And here you guys are firing shots at her. Guess what? She's probably going to eat those too. How is that not courage? I don't understand what their point is. She can't handle it. Seems like she can handle it. I don't. What are we talking about? These guys are just talking complete bullshit. Donnie Mac 420, you can connect PBD a video call for the low price of $800 a minute. Or it's like 50 grand for like a 30-minute video or something like that. Like, I mean, cool. He's obviously really good at making money. All right. Good for him. Great. Awesome. Guess what? Can't take none of it with you, can you? Can't take none of it with you. What are you going to do with all that money? Is this your dream, Patrick Bet-David? This is what you worked so hard for? This is what you put all your money into to create this media company so that you could get on here and dog Erika Kirk, dude? That was your life's dream? All that money, bro. And this is what you're doing with it? Get the fuck out of here.
Not everybody's a Christian. Not everybody lives by, the same rules. Social media is nasty. Just go look at the stuff that they comment. It's very, very ugly. Comedians are going to come after you. The approach is to laugh at it. The approach is to say, hey, you know what? I guess, you've made it if Drewski is doing something about you. So people move away. I guess, who had the worst situation in the last few years that changed his reputation? Tom Brady. What did they say? What did they make fun of him of?
They did a roast.
Trainer.
It was the worst.
Yeah.
So now we're going to compare Erika Kirk to Tom Brady. What? Their sports analogies are so awesome. I love it. I love it when they'll be talking about some crazy Marxist shit and then they'll like roll in some LeBron James stuff. Like, yeah, we get it. You like sports, dude. I like sports too. You guys are never going to hear me talk about sports. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. Sports dudes. I got these fancy $1 million basketball cards. Look at me. I'm so cool. Making so much money. Does he still flaunt his gold bars all the time too? Like, look at the gold bar. Gold's going up. Like, man. Gross.
The stuff that happened. So you were for, a week, 2 weeks, a month, you were probably one of the most searched names in the world because everybody wanted to know where you were. And you gave your message. The world stopped. The world watched. So I don't know. For me, as much as I see all of this stuff, and let me tell you, it's not fair this, it's not fair that, I shouldn't be the CEO, I want to know what the board did. I want to go back to that board meeting. Because if all those people are board members, did you guys really recommend her to be the CEO? Did you? Why? Why put that burden on somebody like that? Why? I don't know. It
doesn't matter. She could have said no. Let's say that they did recommend it. She could have declined. At the end of the day, it was probably her decision and her decision alone. You know what I mean? I don't think she had the power to just go in there and be like, I'm the CEO now, right? I'm the captain now. Like, I don't think I doubt that's how it went down, but who cares? At the end of the day, it was her choice. You guys care about TPUSA? Do you think what TPUSA was doing was important? You care about Charlie? Why don't you help her out? Help her out if you don't think she's doing a very good job. Why don't you offer some advice? Bring her on the show. No, instead you're going to say, stop crying and you should have stayed home and go be a mother. Shut up. These bums.
When Tom was in a bad situation, and by the way, I'm sure they're good people. If we were part of the same Vistage, I'm trying to remember him. I don't remember. This was probably in Northridge, California, when we were a part of that. But
A long time ago.
yeah, it was a long time
And
ago.
this is
20 years.
another thing. CJB34. Charlie had to say. The people are like, okay, not people. Candidates. They're all, Charlie never said that. It's an AI thing. Charlie didn't want Erika to be the CEO. Charlie was well aware how much of a threat there was on his life on a regular basis. You don't think that they had conversations about what would happen if? You don't think Charlie seemed like an incredibly responsible person and an organized person. You don't think that he thought that far ahead? You don't think there were contingency plans in place for what would happen if the worst happened? Of course there was. Of course there was. I've got contingencies, and like, what are we talking about? Your average person, once like, what are we talking about? This is so stupid.
Ago, 15 years ago. But to me, the board has to make the decisions that are not about pleasing somebody. It's what's best for the organization at that time. And by the way, I'm just giving my thoughts. I'm not giving, like, you said something that's very similar to what Whitlock said. A lot of the points you hit are the points that Whitlock hit.
And Jason Whitlock, who wasn't he a sports announcer? Who gives a shit what this guy has to say? I mean, fair point. Who cares what I have to say, right? But especially him, Jason Whitlock, the guy who can't stay relevant for 5 minutes, so he's got to start dogging on Erika Kirk to get the Candace crowd on. Like, get out of here. It's a grift, bro.
I saw that, and I thought he was being fair on what he said. And I watch a lot of this stuff the last 24 hours because I'm trying to see what people are saying.
Did he say that she shouldn't be?
Yeah, he said you should step down.
Lori Mall 2918. How do we know that it wasn't already written by Charlie that this is what was going to happen and then it overrides the board? Who knows? These people are just piling onto her. Here's the deal. I don't know how many board members they have. I don't know what's on the board. But if Charlie had this in place to where he wanted it, you think the board was going to go against Charlie? You know what I mean? Like, what? It's such a stupid. Why would the board do this? Guessing Charlie probably wanted it. Seems to make the most sense. If she's up for it, yes. And I'm sure she was presented with it. And I think we all know what she chose. TFCS 5675. Why Jason didn't ask Candace to stay home? We need more people saying that to her. They've actually come out and be like, it doesn't look like Candace ever leaves her home. It's like, yeah, because nobody's inviting her anywhere. It sounds like, it doesn't even sound like Theo Vaughn. Theo Vaughn's like her neighbor, in case you guys didn't know that. Theo goes over to her house. Doesn't even sound like she goes over to his house. Theo goes to their place. Like weekly, it sounds like. Candace doesn't leave her house because nobody's inviting her anywhere. Because nobody wants that toxic shit around them. Unless, of course, they can get something from her, I suppose. But I didn't see Candace's invitation to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Can't remember the last time Candace Owens was invited to the White House. Was she invited to AmFest? Oh, wait, no. CPAC? Was she? Yeah. No. And, I don't want to go to those things anyway. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Your ego wouldn't let you pass those things up. Of course you'd go, Candace. With your fancy $8,000 clothes and whatever the hell else you got going on.
Yeah, he said
fake.
He said,
they're all
fake. That part you didn't agree with the woman part. No, but that's what he said.
All right.
But to me, Vinny, where I'm at, is that board meeting. If there's anything I want to know, I don't want to see text exchanges, email exchanges. I don't want to know anything. I want to know what happened in that board meeting and what was advised. What? And then everything goes from there. If she wanted this job, you got to take all the criticism that's coming.
They're acting like she came out and was like, guys, please stop criticizing me. Guys, please stop talking. Has she said that? Pretty sure she said she just doesn't pay attention to the noise because she's busy building, right? Hasn't she said that a few times? They act like she's just come out and been like, no, please stop. You guys are being so mean. Please stop. Don't. No. She's using examples to be like, see? Don't care. Keep it coming. You want to attack me, attack me. I'm going to keep going. Like, they're not even listening to what she says. He played that 20-second clip. I don't know if you watched the whole thing. The way they're talking, it makes me think that they didn't. But I don't even think they hear what they want to hear, maybe. They paying attention to the market. Got to look at the market, guys. What's your market? X, social media, that's your market. Going to go on there, see what everybody's saying.
They told you to do it. Why would you recommend a widow to be a CEO right after her husband got killed? Why? So that's my criticism.
Mm-hmm.
All the other stuff, the jewelry stuff, yeah, it's not my stuff, but everybody's different. Vinny likes these, what do you call type of watches? What do you call that? A transformer type of watch, right?
Oakley watch.
You know, I expect, like, I cover people talking about dumb shit, all right? Especially the canned tarts. I expect it out of certain people, but when I get it out of people that I liked, I take it kind of personal. So I get a little bit more fired up. If you guys are wondering, like, why there's so much, plus I've had a lot of caffeine today, but that's why there's so much more energy involved here. These are people that I liked, that I listened to. All right, there's some smaller channels that I may eventually cover that I liked and listened to, and they're on this train too. But that bothers me more. Like Candace, I didn't really expect much out of Candace, to be honest with you. Baron Coleman, I didn't know who he was, so bring it on, Baron. That dude's a douchebag. Ian Carroll, I could take or leave Ian. You know what I mean? He was fun to watch on the Tard conspiracy stuff. It was fun. But then the Jews, like, man, there's so many people that have way better arguments against the Jews than Ian Carroll does, yet he's, for some reasons, one of the most popular, which doesn't make sense. And then you get Valhalla VFT, who's an obvious grifter. Like, there isn't a more obvious grifter than that dude. His whole, like, shtick was, I'm going to come out and call people out for stolen valor. And then he goes on a conspiracy grift accusing Erika Kirk. You know what? Like, what are we, like, nice trade up, dude. What an incredible transition that is. You go from I'm going to call out the dishonest people to becoming the dishonest people. I guess that pays better. Maybe like too much, man. Social media sucks.
Adam doesn't drive cars. It's better for society. But he
like speaking
takes
Spanish
Ubers,
to the Uber driver.
right?
Hard bad.
Tom has his own things that he does. Everybody is different.
100%. Mojo is unbothered. Me too. This bothers me a lot. I expected more clarity from PBD. Yeah, I don't expect much from Vinny. Vinny's like, if PBD wasn't there and Vinny was just on his own doing his own thing, I guarantee you he'd be so far down Candace's that it wouldn't even be funny. I think, if anything, PBD might be like holding him back a little bit. So him saying what he says doesn't surprise me at all. The stance that PBD's taking here, it's like, really, dude? Really? You're going to let Adam be the voice of reason in the room? Adam? And Tom's soft. Tom's always been soft. I don't expect much out of Tom. He's a numbers guy. You know what I mean? He looks at market numbers and talks about the economy. Like, cool. But PBD? And then to have all of these resources and all of this money, and you don't have any advice for Erika, just don't do it. Step away. You can't handle it. Like, what are we talking about, dude?
For women.
But you cannot expect to be the position that you're in without getting unfair level of scrutiny. And you have to ask yourself, when you're privately by yourself, how much of it did I attract? How much of it could have been avoided? And that's a tough conversation to have. But long term, by the way, if all of a sudden, because it's this event, the tour is then canceled, what does it say? Who do you think chose to become the CEO? 53% are saying Erika Kirk.
Well, how does that work? If, like, they all have a say, they're board members. If she's like, I'm not saying that she did this. If she's like, I want to be the CEO.
Okay, let me ask you. Say she said she wants to be the CEO. You're a board member. What do you say? You can actually give good advice and not being afraid of giving the...
What's it matter? Okay, so you're a board member. Let's say you ask her, Why do you want to be the CEO, Erika? Do you think her answer was, I want fame? Do you think her answer was, I want attention? I want to be in the spotlight? And if that was her answer, do you think the board would have been like, yeah, no, let's go for it? Sounds good. What do you think happened, PBD? Miss Me Cat, he knows why. Yeah, he knows why. Of course, everybody knows why. So stupid. Like, I feel this is they could have talked about anything other than this. Like, this is a stretch to try to make any kind of coherent point against Erika Kirk. The board, did the board decide or did she decide? And blah, 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 blah. Like, what fucking difference does it make? She's the CEO. Why don't you have her on and ask? I feel like she would probably do that. Didn't Erika pretty much say she's willing to talk to these people? She's willing to talk to the press? Instead of talking about me, why don't you talk with me? You don't think Erika would go on PBD Podcast? Why don't they have her on? I know I keep saying that, but that's what these guys do. It's what they had Charlie on a couple of times. That's what they do. They have guests on. Why don't you bring Erika on and ask her?
What do you call it? The controversial advice. What would you really say if she said she wants to give her advice as a sister?
Well, number one, how quickly did they make this?
Quickly,
Within
very
weeks,
quickly.
right?
Fast.
7 days.
Okay.
7 days.
Obviously, everyone was still in shock. It's a week later. I think the number one question they would ask is, are you really ready for this? Are you really ready?
What? No, forget about what they said. What would you say?
If I was
JX, yes, people like this are the reason why people like Graham and Dan are important. And yeah, and you know something else. All right, I'm just gonna be honest, guys. I'm really upset with these people for not allowing me to be mad at Dan Bongino more. I don't like the way the Epstein stuff went down. I hate it. I think it's gross. I think it's shady. I can't stand it. I'm upset with Dan Bongino about the whole thing. I know he knows things and he's not telling us those things. And these people are upsetting me more. This is more upsetting to me. So I extra don't like these people for not allowing me to be upset at Dan Bongino more. That's just me being honest, keeping it real, guys. Brittany Zarwell. Behind in stream, Bronson, you're on fire. Everything they're critical of Erika for is connected to Charlie Pyrotechnics because he loved them, to the book tour because he committed to it, to assuming role of CEO. 100%. Everything she's doing is because of Charlie. This is so stupid. I don't understand the criticism. The only criticism that I understand is the fake one about the conspiracy. That's the only one I understand. Other than that, I don't understand them. I don't. Thank you for the $10 super chat, by the way. Somebody explain to me how any other criticism makes sense besides the conspiratard one. That one makes sense because it's a bunch of idiots who believe something incredibly stupid. So if they do believe that to be true, there's real criticism there. What is this criticism? She cried? So what? She dressed nice and wore jewelry? She's a woman. So what? These guys dress nice on their show every time they go on a show. Well, she didn't used to do that before. Well, she wasn't the CEO before. Charlie was doing that. She didn't have to do all that stuff. Charlie was doing it. Charlie's not there anymore. So dumb. The criticism doesn't make any sense.
as a board
She
member,
says, I want to be the CEO.
if she came and said that,
Yeah.
I would gently grill her. Well, why do you want to be the CEO? Do you think you're
Is that
equipped for
not
this?
is that not a natural state to question that?
Of course, you have to.
So to me, a part of this atom is on two people, her or the board, nobody else.
Well,
Nobody else. So it doesn't go anywhere. And I don't want to go deeper into this because I know people.
Air Jeff. I used to listen to Ian and Coach before the grift. I didn't feel they were bad before. Shows my ignorance, though. I used to like Megan Tucker. Listen, don't feel bad, man. A lot of these people lied. A lot of these people took a lot of people for a ride. upsets me. There's a lot of people that I used to listen to and like that I thought were truth tellers. Come to find out, maybe not so much. Maybe not so much. Or they still are, but they just don't have, I don't even know what word to use, the character to stand on business. Like they'll avoid it a little bit, or they'll just kind of touch on the subject. Like this is one of the biggest subjects there is in politics right now. And there's a lot of content creators that are scared to even touch on this because of the ramifications it could have on their business, on their dollar signs. So don't feel bad. A lot of us have been taken for rides and will probably be taken for rides again. But you know what I mean? Like the best thing is to recognize it and course correct or call them out or whatever. You know what I mean? Try to hold them accountable in some way, shape, or form. But like this is just a bummer and stupid. Be one thing if they were making sense, but go be a mom. Yeah, it's the same left-wing bullshit talking points coming out of their mouths. Speaking of left-wing talking points, see Owen Schroyer's stupid post today on X? Posted a picture of AOC, and he's like, I hate to say it, but... Like, are you kidding?
You're going to call me and say, I can't believe you're doing this, you're doing that.
Well,
you
we're
know,
already in it.
Yeah.
I mean, and you've said your position. Nothing that you said today was different, but we're kind of Monday morning quarterback. Where do you think it goes from here? Because she is the CEO, whether the board or her.
Oh, no, where it goes from here.
Where do you think it goes from here?
It's not about where you go from here. You put yourself in this situation. Man up. Nobody told you to be the CEO.
Woman up.
You know, you got to do it. Well, guess what? That's the criticism.
Yeah. Well, don't you think whoever
man up.
was the CEO, if not for her, whoever it would have been, knowing today's society and climate and commentators, if they would have picked.
Okay, cool. So what are you talking about then? What was the entire point of that conversation? Adam's like, well, what's the solution? Where do we go from here? Not nowhere. You just man up. That's what she's fucking doing. What are you guys talking about? They would have been better off just not even talking about this. They let Adam look like the smartest one in the room. Adam. They let Adam look like the smartest one in that room. That is not supposed to happen.
Bill McGee,
No,
whattever.
I disagree.
They'd be like, he killed Charlie.
I disagree.
He killed Charlie.
I disagree.
Why?
I disagree.
They would have done that to anybody, in my opinion.
And by the way, at a what scale? Same scale or less?
If someone came out of the blue,
No.
or even one of the board members, and nobody knows their
You know
name.
who you choose as a CEO at this position?
Who?
Do you know what type
This
of a
is
CEO
insane.
you choose when
This
someone?
is crazy. Adam is making the most sense. Yes, Adam is absolutely right. In my opinion, I suppose, right? But it absolutely right. Wouldn't have mattered who the CEO was. They were going to catch hell. Could you imagine if it was just somebody nobody had ever heard of before? Like, that wouldn't have been suspicious. The conspiratards would have went nuts. They were going to go nuts anyway. Didn't matter. So you get a CEO that nobody's ever heard of before, and Erika disappears for 6 months. Yeah, I would have been on that conspiracy bandwagon probably, or I would have at least questioned it a few times. What are we talking about? Adam, nailed it. Adam, the smart one. What happened? What happened to PBD Podcast?
like this happens?
Old and stable.
You choose the most boring person that's trusted, and that person does it because it's an interim CEO.
Yes, that's what they should
Then
have
you
done.
come back 6-12 months later, after everything is gone, and running a poll, getting the audience involved, and let the audience say, we want Erika to be the CEO. Then she says,
What audience, dude? The people that supported TPUSA? Well, you're going to let a bunch of people that don't support TPUSA give a public input on who they think the CEO should be? You don't think the people that support TPUSA support Charlie's wife being the CEO? Really? Really? I would like to see that. I would like to see all of the TPUSA supporters who are like, nah, F this woman, get her out of here. That's not real. The only people that aren't supporting it are haters and lefties who are jumping in I forget her name. Doesn't really matter. That goofy looking woman who's the head of the Unfuck America tour and whatever other business or shit she has. She's now going to do a deep dive in investigation into TPUSA. Sounds exactly like Baron Coleman. Doesn't sound any different at all. So these are the people that we want to decide who should be CEO of TPUSA. The ones that hated Charlie Kirk. The ones that told him is an Israeli shill, right? These are the people whose opinions should matter about who runs TPUSA. Get the out of here with that.
I'm willing to take the job. The sequencing was out of whack. So again, I've always, Charlie always had an offer where he could always call me, and he would call, and we would have, many different types of conversations, and I enjoyed every one of them.
I mean, that's just dumb. Regardless of what you think about TPUSA or any political organization, you don't take advice from the people that want to see you fail on what you should do. That's incredibly stupid. You take the advice on the people that are supportive, the ones that are there, the donors, whoever, right? You listen to them. That's whose advice you take. Not the people that want to see you crushed, not the people that are actively trying to destroy you, your business, and your husband's legacy. Yeah, no, you don't listen to those people. They are not the market, or they're not your market anyway.
So to me, it's actually binary. You chose to be the CEO. Lots of pressure comes with that. The board said, you better be the CEO, and then the board screwed up. It's that simple.
When you say binary, meaning if you're going to take the job, be ready for the criticism.
You don't have a
It's
choice.
Going to get
by the way, you know why I would say don't
Not
take,
an if.
You know why I would say don't take the job as a CEO? Do you know why I would say don't take the job as a CEO?
1111 Kelly Kennedy. How is TPUSA faring? How are they faring? I have no idea. They seem to be doing okay. Sounds like they're growing. Everything I've heard, that they've gotten more chapters. I don't know. I guess I'd be curious are the numbers even public? I don't know. But if you look on X, if you go to social media, depending on your algorithm, sounds like it's basically just done. They're over. I have no idea. Mama Owlbear says they are growing. I mean, that was the last thing that I had heard, is that they've added more chapters.
What's up? Because the widow component?
No, not at all. Not at all. Never, ever, ever follow to put the pressure of being the shadow of a person that is a one of one. You never put the pressure of replacing the shadow is so massive.
CJB34, if they put Tucker on stage again, they're in trouble. I don't know. Tucker hasn't spoken out against TPUSA, really, has he? I mean, Tucker's doing his whatever's going on with Tucker. I have no idea. Tucker's always been weird though. Like, I think some people might have. I think they might have got honey-dicked a little bit with Tucker Carlson because he was saying all the cool things on Fox News there for a while. But I've always thought Tucker was weird. And he's not disappointing. He's being extra weird. Didn't he just get caught lying, like bold-faced lying? Like, I never said Donald Trump was the Antichrist. Like, he kind of did. I mean, maybe he forgot. He talks a lot. He says a lot of stuff. Maybe he did. Maybe he just genuinely forgot that he said that. That is possible. I'm sure there's some things that I've said, and I don't talk anywhere near as much as Tucker has or does. And somebody would be like, you said this. And if there's a solid chance that I wouldn't remember saying it. He could have phrased it better though, for being such a professional. He could have been like, I don't recall saying that. I might have. I would like to know what context I said it in, because maybe I said it wrong. Like, he could have framed that a lot differently, as opposed to just, those words never left my lips. Like, whoa, dude, that's crazy. That's a really strong statement you're making right there. Like, you're absolutely sure you never said those words? Didn't even try to play that one safe at all.
That's your husband. That
You're actually too real for these YouTube streets. Yeah, guy, I'm not going to do well. Like, it's not going to happen. It's not in the cards for me. I don't know how to play this safe game that these guys play. I have no clue. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just on here pissed off, tired of being bullshitted and having fake people in charge of whatever they're in charge of. Just tired of it. Tired of it. Tired of all the stupidity. I'm even tired of my own stupidity. Like, I'm mad at myself for being so stupid, for giving these people views and buying into this crap. But yeah, no, I'm never going to do good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, in order to do really well on YouTube, I think you have to play it really safe, and you have to have like some crazy opinion, or you have to offer some type of something, right? And then you people start having you on as a guest because you're like, that's never going to be me. Fuck these people. So here we go.
is not a fair competition. You're not going to replace him. You're not going to be able to do what he does. There is no winning for you.
I don't think she's trying to replace him. I think she's trying to
but they have to. But they have no. But they have
legacy
to.
is.
Rachel, well, you think Tucker doesn't remember saying that? Yeah, I'm sure he remembers saying it. Yes. I'm just saying that it is possible. He does say a lot of things. It is possible that maybe he forgot that he said it, or maybe he forgot he said it in that specific way. It's possible. Probable? No, I don't think so. I think he's well aware of what he said, but it's possible. It's also possible that PBD and Vinny meant what they said in a different way than how it came out. It's not probable, but it's possible. See what I'm saying?
But they have to think that way. Yeah. They have to think that way. And to say that the shadow is there and then the board made the decision, okay, well, I don't.
Susie Stoner just said it better than I have in this 2-hour-long show or whatever I'm doing here. She just said it better than every word that I've said. She just said it better right here. Erika says one thing after 7 months, and in the context of the failings of the culture, and PBD acts like she's been whining this entire time. It's mic drop. I guess I could probably just end my show now. Yes, that's exactly all the junk I've been talking. This is the point I've been trying. Good job. Thank you. Thank you. Now I feel really stupid because for whatever reason, I could not contextualize that. If is that the correct usage of that term? Probably not. Big words are hard for me, guys. But yes. Yeah. She made one point bringing that up about how gross the culture is. 100%. And they're like, oh, she can't handle it. She can't handle it.
No. To me, it's problematic.
And meanwhile, the only sane one in the room is the libtard going, what? What? We really just going to rip on this woman for nothing, for no reason? She's like, the libtard. The libtard is the voice of reason in that room on this topic. We're cooked. We are so cooked. I'm blackpilling. That's it. We're cooked.
And it starts from there. So either the onus goes on the board or the onus goes on her. And that part of the criticism, dude, if something happened to and I don't want to compare, but if something happens and you raise your hand for the job, you know what this means? What do you think this means?
I'm ready. Let's go.
No, what else does this mean? What else does it? You're losing the right to what?
To complain?
Generally, this means like, I want to talk. What is, I hate some of this stuff he does, drives me nuts. This is a teachable moment. I'm big. Teachable. What's this mean, guys? And then they're all like, I want to get this answer right. I want to get this answer right. Oh, please, Master PBD, let me get this answer right. Means I'm next. Like, oh my man.
Plain.
About what?
Anything.
Criticism.
I mean, is
anything.
he a Nazi now though too? Right? It's kind of a Nazi. Easy, PBD. Put that arm down. Looks over at the camera like, oh crap, I might have held that up in the air a little too long.
The road ahead.
Yeah, but I think this is me. From a business perspective, I'm with you. From a moral perspective, the lies out there, the accusations, doesn't it come with the territory?
Yes, it does.
There's no
Yes,
other
it does.
CEO in
Yes, it
America
does.
But
who's
Adam-
accused of killing the former CEO.
It's gonna come with the territory. And can I ask you?
Yeah, well,
a question?
that's a sad state of affairs in society.
Adam,
Yeah, it
that-
is.
just
It
because-
absolutely is. That's how our society is now. It sucks. It's just the way it is. It's the real world. It's kind of gross. It's not that fun. There's really good parts. Generally, most of the time in our normal lives, we don't experience all of the insanity. We just see it. But it's there. It exists. It doesn't matter. She's not saying she can't handle it. She's been handling it. She's been going through it and continues to do so. Their whole point is she shouldn't do it because she can't handle it, yet they have nothing to point to and say that she can't, because she's basically doing the things that they're saying she should be doing if she was CEO material. Like, well, this comes with the territory, Erika. Erika's like, yeah, no kidding. I'm well aware of that. Clearly, here I am.
And the CEO, be ready to be accused of murder.
Adam.
The guy at the top had 3 assassination attempts on him, accused of being a pedophile. You know, they were accusing him of having sex with his daughter.
Yep. You remember
Yeah.
that?
What's bigger than that? I mean, do you realize, like,
It's absurd.
Well,
but that's
Yeah, right. Right. I made this point earlier. I don't see the difference. Trump got shot, stood up, said, fight, fight, fight. They went, oh, Trump, you're so amazing. Erika lost her husband and said, you know what? I'm going to be CEO and I'm going to carry my husband's legacy and we're going to push forward. No, bad Erika. Stupid.
evil.
but that's part of the pressure. You chose to be the president.
Yep.
Don't feel, I'm not going to sympathize for you.
I hear you.
And
You
he asked,
chose this job.
And he asked one question,
What?
and I want you to answer it. You said, because you were like, oh, everybody's going after her. If Charlie right now would look down at him and say something to her, what do you think Charlie would say?
Endless Summer Rose. Did anyone accuse Melania? I mean, Jimmy Kimmel? No, but Trump's also still alive. Who knows? Probably. Who knows? No, because it very well could have. Now that I think about it, because it would go immediately to the Jews did it. That would be the first thing. It would have been Donald Trump told them no on something, and that was just too far, so they had to eliminate him. So it would have been the Jews, and then it very well could have just gone into, well, Melania now controls everything and blah, 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 So, yeah, it's possible. So stupid. Trump should step down according to their logic. Yeah. Trump, you're old. You got to think about your health. So dumb.
Say, you think Charlie Kirk would say, take my, what do you think he would say? What would Charlie say?
I think
Hold
he
on.
would have his wife's back.
No,
Yes, Adam, the smart one in the room. What do you think Charlie would say if he was still here and this was going on? Adam, I think he would probably have his wife's back, which none of them are doing. Yeah, I think Adam's pretty dead on there. Yep, I think he would be going, oh, fuck all these people. It's you and me. Let's roll. Like, what? What a stupid point. Vinny might be worse at debating than Adam is. Holy crap. Vinny just covers it up because he screams in the vein. I got one of those too. I'm doing my best Vinny impression here in this stream, guys. But Vinny just yells and screams and doesn't let anybody talk. He just blah, blah like a chihuahua. And then Adam just mic drops him. He'd probably have his wife's back. Look at, there's panic. What's your comeback to that one, Vinny?
Hold on. Understand the challenges.
Hold on, stop
what would he
talking. Wait, no, shut up. Don't say that. I don't have a good argument for that. Don't say that, Adam.
say to her in regard to this situation before she's CEO? What does he
something
say?
tells me that she and him, that she's praying to him nonstop. And something, I think we forget one thing. This woman did just come out of the blue. Forget about the CEO for a second. This was this man's wife.
I understand that.
They had kids together. You know, you was talking about the last person you hear. Do you know the conversations they had as he was building this company? Look.
So what would
I
he
get
say
it.
to her? What do you think Charlie would say? God rest his soul. He's gone, and he has a moment. You think? I'm curious. What does he tell her in that moment? To be the CEO and take over everything?
Do you think he's basically would be saying you're doing a horrible job?
No, I didn't say after. I'm saying in that moment,
encouraging her and understanding.
I think he would say,
the
"Babe,
challenges.
go take care and raise our children. You're financially."
Oh, I love it. Adam's not giving him the answer that he wants, so he has to just say it now. He just has to say it. I think he would be saying, "Go and take care of our kids and live a fancy life. You have all the money you'll ever need. Don't worry about any of this. Go do you." It's so dumb. Like, man, Charlie knew his life was in danger. He knew there was an absolute threat to his life. You don't think they had conversations about what happens? This is so stupid. Brad Bowen with the $2 super chat. We should go to PBD channel and say this is nonsense. I mean, maybe if you want to, if you want to contribute to his algorithm, go for it. I don't care. I'm kind of doing that, pulling his show up and completely just letting it flow here, but you guys can do what you want. Thank you for the $2 super chat. But yeah, no, I have to assume, actually, no, you know what? I didn't even look at the comments on this video. I'd be curious as to if there's any pushback or if it's all just, thank you for saying Erika sucks. That's probably a majority of the comments. Wouldn't surprise me.
Set for
And
life.
why didn't she pick that at the beginning then?
Adam,
And by the way, that's where the criticism
that's the
lies.
criticism. Adam.
And guess what? You know, this is not about. There's a reason why I don't touch this topic.
Yeah,
There's one reason why I don't like to touch this topic, because of one guy.
Charlie.
That's it. I don't like to touch this topic.
It's a weird thing to have this conversation. You feel it in the room right now. It's weird.
I speak here assuming Andrew, one of the guys, is going to watch it and say, now we know where they're at, and there's.
Yeah.
I'm very comfortable with my positions. I won't go to sleep losing sleep over the fact that I'm being unfair. I don't worry about that. What I'm saying to you is, if this is my daughter, if this is my sister, my advice would be not right now. That would be my advice. Not right now. Okay? And you know, all the other stuff when people say stuff from both sides, well, let me tell you, I think Charlie this, I think Charlie that. Those conversations are different conversations, but this is a very delicate
Miss Justice, I saw that episode with PBD going off on Adam was disgusting behavior, but in case you missed it, Vinny is being groomed by PBD. I mean, they all are. They're all at the mercy of PBD, to be honest with you. If anything, Adam, I think, like, you can tell there have been moments where Adam's like, bro, you're coming at me a little extra. And he gets frustrated with Patrick and pushes back at him a little bit, kind of snaps back at him a little bit. But at the end of the day, like, that's his boss. You know what I mean? What's he gonna do? You can't really tell your I mean, I don't know. But Vinny, like these guys, Patrick Bet David is the money guy in the room, and do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? They gotta suck up to the big man, and Patrick knows this. Anybody with money and power, like, they play to that. They like that. It feeds their ego. Say what you want. Listen, guys, I don't know how many. I like this show. This is just insane to me. These takes are incredibly stupid. But yeah, they all suck up to Pat.
situation. So I want to wrap up with this last story, and then we finish up. It is a Friday, so
Okay, last story. But yeah, Patrick Bet David, this is why I don't like touching. This is why I don't want to talk about this topic. It's why I don't like talking. You know why? There's one reason why. Charlie's the only reason? Okay, so Charlie's the reason that you don't like talking about this topic, yet you just completely destroyed his wife. Just ripped her apart. Go home. You can't handle it. Can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. If you're going to be a pussy, get out of there. That's basically what they were saying. Unbelievable. Dirt bike. PBD pronounces years like yours. LOL. Well, yeah, he's got, he speaks English really well for being a whatever. But for the most part, I like, you know what I mean? He's a conservative. He has pretty conservative values. Except, of course, for just talking shit about, a dead man's wife. That doesn't seem to be part of those values, but whatever. Oh, I'm going to criticize her from a CEO standpoint. Don't understand what she's doing so bad as a CEO. I don't get it. I think he's a Syrian, or he might be a Syrian Armenian, like a mix. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I don't care. He's an American. He's an American citizen. Nikki for Freedom. They basically just help Candace here. Well, Candace didn't need their help, right? But what they did was they didn't push the Candace audience away. Know what I'm saying? Miss Justice. Bronson, Vinny is Cenk Jr. with no real value unless PBD pats him on the head. Easy. Vinny's not that bad. Vinny's not that bad. Cenk is terrible. Ketelin Williams. He would say he's proud of her. Yes. I don't know the future. Feels like they wanted to prove their part about CEOs taking criticism. But it was stupid because she's taking criticism. She's been facing criticism and continues to keep going. So they're trying to say like she can't handle it or that she was whining or complaining that people are making fun of her or accusing her of doing bad things to Charlie. Like, no, that's not what she was saying. She was saying this culture is so fucked up and I'm taking all these shots and we're going to keep pushing forward. Dirt bite. I think PBD is suffering from a bit of internet brain. No, PBD admits it. PBD admits exactly what he's doing. He says, the market said. This is what the market's saying about Erika Kirk and TPUSA. What market is he talking about? Social media. He's reading the room and he's going, all of the popularity is going against Erika Kirk, according to social media and social media algorithms. So Patrick Bet David is going to respond and play to the market. It's a grift. That's it. It's got to stay relevant. Morals be damned. Because he plays this and he doesn't come right out and say all the candidard shit, right? He still plays it safe. You still got to play it safe. But what he can do is he can take a position of criticism that sounds like somebody, I'm just looking at it from a CEO perspective, just from a business perspective. Why? Why would you take this position? You just had this traumatic event happen. Why would you step in and be CEO? It's a really hard job. You're going to take a lot of credit. You see what I'm saying? He played a way to criticize Erika that's a safe way because he can hide under the guise of, I was just looking at it from a business perspective, as opposed to the candidard way, which is that she's bad. And then because he even takes a little jab about the jewelry, right? So he's paying attention to the market. It's what these fake dudes do. It's all fake. It's all phony. It's all about staying relevant. It's all about keeping the business flowing. It's all about, they're going to do whatever they can, guys, to stay in business, which doesn't make any sense. He's practically a billionaire. He has FU money, but he's just not like built that way. He's built like the Safeway that continues to grow and rises to the top. And you got to be fake and phony to get to the top. They don't let real people up there. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. So that's all it is. And I guess props to PBD, at least for being honest about it right away. The market says, I'm paying attention, watching the market. Here's what the market says. Forget morals. Throw those out the window. Forget taking a stance on what's right and what's wrong. Got to go with the market. Dirt Bike, I think he's paying attention to the market too. I totally agree with that. I just think he's wrong when he says he'd save this exact criticism back when Erika was voted in. He would not have. He didn't say anything, didn't say nothing. I'm sure he was going to wait to talk about it until he sees what happens. Everybody, for the most part, was incredibly supportive of Erika Kirk the minute she was announced. It was huge. It was media was all over the place. I don't know if you guys can remember going that far back. It was a big deal. There was only a few people. Even Candace wasn't really that upset about it right away. Remember? They had the Charlie Kirk memorial and she was the dragon that was going to come in or whatever bullshit she was spewing back then. No, they were all waiting to see what Candace Owens was going to do. Emily 6438, PBD is full of it. Erika looks exactly how she always has. Yeah, I don't understand that criticism at all. She's wearing jewelry. Cool. She's showing up to events. She's dressing nicely and the jewelry means something to her. So what? So what? It's in bad taste. Why? Why is that in bad taste? It would be in better taste. So she should come out with like, I don't know, like some type of like Puritan outfit on. Right? Right? We have to hold her to this incredible standard because why? Because what? Erika Kirk ever claimed to be a saint? Maybe I missed that. Maybe she did. I don't think so, though. Naked for Freedom. The grifter mentality would keep you popular, but it does feed your soul or starve it. I don't know. Maybe when you have as much money as people like PBD does, maybe you don't. You can just like spend to avoid ever having to feel anything. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what it's like. Maybe you don't need your soul when you have that much money. TFCS 5675. Even PBD is a grifter. Like, sort of, right? I mean, realistically, PBD like bought into this space. He bought in to the political commentary sphere. And he has enough money, he can buy people. Makes a big difference. You can get popular pretty quick if you have a ton of money to throw into this. For sure. For sure. Because there's a lot of people, I'm sure, that come on as guests that you just probably pay. And it's like, oh, look, I had this person on. I've got this person on. Not that that's a bad thing. Whatever, capitalism. All for capitalism. Fantastic. Make your money. But I'm going to call it like I see it. It just feels like a grift. Like a really shitty one and an easy one. Yuck, FooTube 2. You mean someone that is a former Miss Arizona wears jewelry sometimes? Wow, I know, it's crazy. Super crazy. No, she was CIA and did a video for the CIA and she was Trump's Miss Arizona and blah, 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 blah. It's honeypot, Jewish Israeli honeypot. Like, whatever. Ramsby fan, 1000% supported him until he said this stuff. I mean, I still like him, but I don't know what his deal is. I think it's simple. He did exactly what he said. He looked at the market and he framed his opinion based on what the market looks like. And it looks like it's pretty popular to not like Erika Kirk at the moment. So he did it in the safest, critical way that he thought he could do it. Vinny came out like, I don't know, like he was so concerned for Erika Kirk. Like, oh, I pray for her every day. I pray for her and her kids. That's all I do. I dedicate an hour a day to pray for Erika Kirk. Go home, Erika. Don't be CEO, Erika. Put somebody else in that position, Erika. Les Flynn, Vinny giving uncalled for advice to Erika. It's beyond the pale. He's not even a smart guy. He's a simpleton. It's not his place. So uncouth and crude. It is what it is, though. Like, you know what I mean? I'm totally all for everybody having an opinion. Have your opinion. Share your opinion. It's great. That's the whole idea with this, right? It's a marketplace of ideas. Share your opinion, but form your own opinion. Don't parrot somebody else's. Think for yourself. Put a little extra thought into it. I don't know how anybody who's a rational human being could put a little bit of thought into what's going on with the Charlie Kirk and Erika Kirk situation, and they could come out with that opinion. If you're a conspiratard, I understand how you came to your opinions. I get that. But I don't like that she wore jewelry and the fireworks and Charlie Kirk show bad. How you got to that opinion without being a conspiratard makes no sense to me. Now I think you're just being a conspiratard in a very safe way. Obscure moderator, Vinny has literally cried on PBD's podcast before. Maybe he's a step down. I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't want to talk about it. I mean, I kind of hinted at it about him being vulnerable and blah, 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 but I didn't want to talk about it. And I don't want to talk too much, Sid, about, because there might be a time where I do a stream and I start crying over something. Maybe something crazy will happen and it'll just be super emotional for me and it'll make me cry. I don't really cry. It's been a while, I think. I don't remember. I think when my dog died, that sucked. That sucked. That was rough. That was so bad. Haven't had a dog since. That was like 5 years ago. 6 years ago. Hama 101. Have you all seen the comments? Like ugly cry. Like ugly cry. Lost my best friend. I remember I got home that day and my house it felt empty. And I just like, I cried there at the vet when I put him down, right? Ugly cried at the vet. It's like snot coming out of my face. And then I kind of got my shit together a little bit. And then I got home and I walked in and he wasn't there and it like hit me again. So then I ugly cried again some more. Hama 101. Have you all seen the comments on TPUSA? These people are insane. Guarantee. TPUSA is going to use it in their lawsuit. Thank you for the $5 donation. Which one? Like, I don't know if you guys look at Erika Kirk's posts on X when she makes them, but the comments are gross. Like it's gotten better to where there's some like positive reinforcement in those comments. I hope she doesn't read those, but she probably does. But it's crazy gross. But no, I try not to read too many comments. I read my own comments just because that's in it. But I don't know. I feel like it would just make me really angry. And I'm angry enough the way it is. I don't need to like add extra anger to myself. Fight Like a Brave says, my fiance passed away. Then 4 years later, I had to put her dog down. So I know that pain. Well, that sounds like even extra than what I went through. So sorry. Life really sucks sometimes. Smollett check. You are human. I am very human. My heart has grown colder over the years, though. But animals, I will always have a soft spot for animals. The ones that we can eat. I don't have a soft spot for a cow. I don't have a soft spot for a deer. Or maybe a deer. Maybe if this is a really cute. They're so stupid though. I got to tell you a story really quick. I don't even know if this is YouTube safe or not, but hunting aside, I got to experience something that I've always wanted to experience. Okay. I was driving my wife's She has a Tahoe. Was driving her Tahoe. It was late at night. We were driving home. We were visiting family. We're driving home, okay? And I'm speeding a little bit, right? Is what it is. I still break some laws, okay? And I'm speeding. I'm doing about 90 miles an hour on the interstate. And it's foggy out. I can't see anything, okay? But I'm still going because I'm stupid. And a deer was just standing right in the middle of the road, right in the middle of the interstate, just standing there. I had enough time to do this, right? My wife is in the passenger. She's sleeping. She's asleep. I had enough time to do this. Oh, bam. Didn't even wake her up. That felt so good. I cannot explain how amazing that felt to just smash into something doing 90 miles an hour in a Tahoe. That was amazing. The damage sucked. That was a pain in the butt. But that feeling, oh, that felt so good. It's a little bit of honesty just to let you into how my brain works. I have no idea what the point of that entire story was, but just thought you guys should know. In case you're wondering how it would feel to hit a deer doing 90 miles an hour, it's great. It's fantastic. Unless maybe you don't like running over animals or whatever. I get it. I get that. Totally get it. But I didn't feel bad for the deer at all. It's funny too, because so after we hit, I kept driving. I pulled off at the closest rest stop just to assess the damage and see if I was going to be able to at least drive it home and then to call insurance quick and, make a report. We pull off to the closest rest area, and I'm not shitting you. No more than me getting out of the car, walking around to the front to check the damage, maybe 2 minutes, and a truck pulls into the rest area, and they park probably 4 spots, maybe down from me. And there's 2 dudes and a girl in this truck. They all get out to start looking at their truck. So I'm thinking they were probably going a little too quick. The carcass is laying in the middle of the road, and they probably hit that thing like a speed bump and freaked out thinking this. So I was like, oh, maybe we should just get out of here because I don't really want to have this conversation with these people right now. So I quick hop back in the Tahoe and we just bailed out of there. It messed up the Tahoe a little bit, but like not as bad as you would think. And when I hit, like I hit it and it went down and we drove over it. It wasn't even that bad. Like the Tahoe didn't go, it didn't go flying up or nothing. It was like I hit like a pothole or something. Handled it really well. So much so that like I woke her up, I was like, hey, I just hit a deer. And she was like, what? What do you mean you just hit a deer? I was like, I just hit a deer. And she was like, how bad was it? I was like, it was awesome. But anyway, then she looked at the damage. Like it messed the front end up pretty good, but it didn't do anything as far as like the radiator or nothing. Everything was fine. Totally cool. Drove it all the way back home, like another 80 miles back home. But then, took it in. It was just cosmetic damage. Continue Freedom. I had to pop out for about 30 minutes. Then I come back and you're crashing a Tahoe. What the hell happened? I was gone. I didn't crash a Tahoe. I smoked a deer doing 90 miles an hour and was talking about how amazing it felt. I don't even know how we got to talking about how good unaliving things feels. Oh, okay. Did you get the deer meat? I did not. No, I did not. No, I called it. It was foggy. It was dark out. I had my wife and kids were in, like, it was just, that was not going to be an option. Old Mean Lady, Continue Freedom is a great channel to follow. I agree. If you guys are not following Continue Freedom, go follow Continue Freedom. Jared's a great dude, and he swears way less than I do. And he probably doesn't scream and yell into the camera. Maybe he should. Maybe he should a little bit. Let the anger out. Jackie Blue 6116. I cleaned my bathroom listening. So clean. Well, good. Good deal. Continue Freedom. Those excuses mean nothing to me. Fair point. Fair point. I'll take it. I should have. But like I was just so excited that the car wasn't completely broken. I was able to get it home. That was all I was really caring about in the moment. While I was having wonderful euphoric feelings because I just got to destroy something in a giant Tahoe doing 90 miles. Felt so good, dude. Felt so good. I still remember how great that felt. That will never leave me. I've always wanted to just smash something doing 90 miles an hour. Joni Lee, thank you for having the integrity others seem to lack. These people suck. Thank you for the $5 donation. I don't know that it's necessarily that other people seem to lack it. I think other people are it's a grift. They got to play it safe. They want to have long careers. They want to be everybody's buddy. They want to be on all the other shows, and they want to gain as big of a following as they can. I think that'd be cool. It'd be nice, but it's just not going to happen. I don't have whatever that is. I don't have that. Caitlin Williams, you can cry, Bronson. We'll support you. You must be a little bit behind. You must be a little. Yep. Well, okay. Good to know. Good to know. I won't feel super bad if I ever start crying on stream. Quite like a brave. I feel like I do not want to hit anything at 90 miles per hour. I'm weird like that. No, I think most people probably feel the way you feel. They probably don't want to hit things at 90 miles an hour. But for the ones who have thought about it, I'm just telling you, it's great. It's amazing. It's almost better than shoot. It is. It's definitely way better than shooting your food. Run them over with your car. Way more better. Obscure moderator Bronson, I wouldn't say a word if you cried. You didn't make Vinny's stupid statement. That's fair. Dirt bike. Men only cry when ships sink or when wars end. I just made that up. When ships sink? If there's a joke in there, dude, you gotta fill me in. My brain is not working now. I've had so many adrenaline dumps. I'm ready for a nap. I don't know the future. What even is normal? I don't think anyone is normal. Yeah, I don't really have an argument against that. Fair point. I don't know. I know that I'm not. I think I would like to be. That would probably be neat, right? To be normal. Maybe not. I don't know the future. It felt like something out of left field. Like, where is this coming from? If you're referring to what you said, yes, it was definitely out of left field. You nailed it. Cold-Blooded Christian in the house, everybody. If you do not follow Cold-Blooded Christian, he has YouTube and he's also on X. Follow Cold-Blooded Christian now. He has done a fantastic job pushing back against Candace and the Canatards. Does great work. Makes great videos. Like, they're good little short ones. Like, he's got graphics and stuff in them. Does a great job. Late to the game. Can you summarize the Vinny comment? Yeah, Vinny's a bitch. That's the best I can summarize it. Or he's being one in this case. There. He's being one in this case. I like Vinny. I do, but this is making me go, what are you doing? What is this? The S-Files. Hey, Cold-Blooded Christian, I follow you. Oh, by the way, Cold-Blooded Christian is I doubt he swears much. Feel like he's doing like a way better job than I am. But that's not saying much. There's a lot of people that are doing a way better job than I am. I just can't help it. I can't help it. I'm so gutter. I'm so white trash. It's just there. It's just in me. The Eclectic Journalist. I don't know why PBD woke up today and decided to do that. Well, I think it was yesterday. But either way, I don't either. I have no idea. Like, he didn't even have to really talk about it. Old Mean Lady, Cold-Blooded just choked. Cold-Blooded Christian is awesome. Yes, I agree. Yeah, I don't know. And like, the worst thing you could do was bring it up and then let Adam sound like the smart one. Like, that's the worst thing you could do. Jackie Blue 6116 just subbed to Cold Blooded. I trust Bronson. Yes, dude, Cold Blooded is good. I want to have, like, as soon as I get my guest stuff figured out, I want to have if he wants to come on. I definitely want to have him on as a guest and have a little conversation with him, because he's actually talked to Candace Owens, and I want to get that whole story. If he would want to do that. I mean, if he doesn't, it's cool. It doesn't matter either way, but he's definitely somebody I want to have on and discuss that whole thing. Just got tongue-tied. Real spiritual warrior. He looked at the bots and Candace cultists and said, "Yep, this is me." Are you talking about Vinny? Yeah, yes. I like, if he wasn't part of PBD show and PBD wasn't there to kind of rein him in a little bit, Vinny's definitely full on Canatard for sure. For sure. Michael Brooks, Vinny believes every conspiracy. Yeah, 100%. 100%. No critical thought there whatsoever. Just, Jews. And I'm not even like, I'm so like, if we stopped being Israel's ally tomorrow, I care about them just as much as I do now. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure there's a lot of people, like, I'm not going to be like, hate Zionists. I hate Zionists. That's dumb. Are they Christians? Are they Christian? Catholics creep me out. Mormons creep me out, but they're still my brothers and sisters in Christ. Like, we're still supposed to be on, like, kind of the same team here, right? Isn't Adam Jewish? Adam is definitely Jewish. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I should pull that comment up. Yes, Adam is Jewish. Yep. I'm not sure if there was a point there. Was there a point? What was my point? Oh, yeah. It's so dumb. The Israel bad. Israel, they're cause of all the problems. Like, yeah, they probably, you know what I mean? I'm sure that Israel has gotten us into some things. For sure. You like, you're telling me you guys don't have buddies that you, like, went out with at one point and you just hanging out trying to have a good time? Women in the chat, you might not be able to relate to this, okay? But dudes in the chat, you never just had that dude that you liked, but go out to the bar, you'd go hang out somewhere, and he'd just be starting shit for no reason. And in the moment, you got it. You're gonna have his back. You know what I mean? When it's all said and done, you might toss him around a little bit when nobody's looking, as you know, after you've left, and be like, "Stop getting me into this shit." Like, you know what I mean? That's kind of Israel, United States, right? I'm pretty sure there's some benefit there. It has to be. Doesn't make any sense that there wouldn't be. But yeah, I'm sure they've gotten us into some stuff. They very well could have gotten us into this whole Iran thing. It's very possible. And gonna just hate Israel. Okay. How about fine. We'll just hate everybody then. That'll work out well. We'll just hate everybody. Perfect. Les Flynn, I'm subscribed to Bronson, Milk Bar, Fax Me, Chicks on the Right, but I was never ever subscribed to PBD. I'm picky. Good. Picky. You are better than me. I was incredibly stupid and was like, oh, because, you know, a lot of I call this out, like, just, oh, they're saying all the right things. Like, I'm kind of talking about myself and how stupid I felt for some of this stuff. Like, oh, look, he's saying all the things I like. Come to find out, yeah, no kidding. That's a grift. Weird. Jackie Blue 6116. You know what's weird? No one talks about Ukraine, Russia anymore. Over 2 million have died. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I was just thinking about that the other day. Like, what is Russia, Ukraine still going on? Is that still a thing? Are we still sending money over there? What's Zelensky doing? Hama 101. If I'm saying your name wrong, correct me. I hate saying things wrong. I met Candace back when I worked in DC. I've been warning people about her since 2017. Her story never made sense. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Well, that's interesting. That is interesting. So when you say that you met her when you worked back in DC, was it a short meeting? Did you actually talk to her? What was that like? What was that like? Continue Freedom. Israel equals dude is fun to hang out with, but my insurance got higher and my wife was mad at me for a month after the last time we hung out. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yes. Yeah, he's like the bad influence friend. But he's got like a really nice house or something. Like, I don't know. Well, whatever would entice. Whatever. We're going to get into a bunch of stuff that I don't have any idea about and just be making shit up. Dirt Bike. If I could choose for a channel to just have 1 million subscribers, it'd be Bronson, Artie, and Paramount Tactical. Maybe a few others, to be fair. Gary's doing good on his own. Gary's great. Gary's really good at tact. Gary has tact. Does that make sense? Am I using that term correctly? He's very tactful. Gary's good. Like he can disagree with somebody and he can be really polite to them, and he's good at that. I don't know if I have that. Whatever that is. If I like you, I can. If I don't like you, it's not good. Not good. I will push back you. And I've practiced, or I've tried practicing this. Like there was a few spaces that I was in with Gary, and one of those there was some I try to be as consistent as possible, okay? And there was somebody in there, I forget who it was. It's really not important, but they were talking about like there were ties with the like the SLC, LG, whatever that trans militant group was or whatever, right? And she's like saying there's all these ties, and I was like, well, wait a minute. What ties? What are the ties? Well, there aren't any. Like there aren't any ties. There's only really assumptions. But they're talking like it's a for sure thing. And it's like, wait a minute. I'm pushing back on people over here talking crazy shit and just running on speculation, pretending something's a for sure thing without any evidence. Like I got to push back on this too, even though like I tend to think that that's more of a possibility, right? But it's like, wait a minute, there's no ties. What are these ties? And then they like kind of snap back at me, and then I'm like, oh, okay, well, here we go. So, you know, but if I were tactful and a relatively decent person, I would have just like, no, stop, wait, hold on. I'm just saying, let me just clarify my position and be polite. And no, I saw red and was like, oh no, I'm right, you're wrong. Here we go. Jackie Blue 6116. Love Jay Witt. Probably the most reasonable person out of our little group. Love him. Jay Witt is the man. Jay Witt is the man. I will, no matter what happens, I will always be in Jay Witt's corner. There's a large reason I even have anybody watching is because of Jay Witt. Like, Jay Witt's the man. If you guys do not subscribe to Jay Witt, which I'm assuming most of you do. If you don't, you should. Jay Witt Podcast. Go sub right now. Follow him on Twitter. He is one of the most kindest, awesome people that I've never met in person. Talk to him plenty, but is Jay Witt in here? Did I miss his chat? Jay Witt, if you're in here, I apologize. I missed your comment. I thought people were just talking about Jay Witt. Here I'm gushing all about Jay Witt, and he's in here. Now I'm gonna blush a little bit. But yeah, Gary too. Like Gary just having some random crazy dude on, like me. Like, here, let's see what this psycho has to say. Speaking of Gary, you guys need to start pushing him more on this peanut butter French toast stuff. It's been months. We were supposed to get this video review like months ago, and he's steadily just dodging it. Jason Witt. No, not Jason Whitlock. No, Jay Witt is not Jason Whitlock. Another one you guys should follow if you don't, Eclectic Journalist. She's got, what are you on, your 8th video now? She's put out a series, basically like a real deep dive into Candace Owens. She does a great job. You guys should definitely go check out Eclectic Journalist on YouTube and on X for sure. Dirt bike, Jay Witt. Oh, yeah. Come to the front. Come up to the front. I know, it's great. It's great. Juju B, Jay Witt named Jason. Sorry, I confused anyone. I think that's been an issue for him with the whole Whitlock and Whitaker. Smolichik, Jay Witt is very knowledgeable about the Bible. Love listening to him. Yeah, he's great. I agree. I'm assuming he's not. I haven't met Jay Witt in person, okay? But I'm assuming what you see is what you get. Like, he's probably that nice and that awesome in person as well. Authentic, real. It's what, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care if we disagree on some things. If you come across to me as authentic as real and real, that's perfect. That's what I'm looking for in people. Fight Like a Brave. Benny Johnson just posted that Jimmy Kimmel possibly got canceled. Who watches Jimmy Kimmel anyway? I don't know how that dude still has a job. He's not funny. Eclectic Journalist. Jay Witt recorded a segment with me for one of my Candace episodes. Nice. Nice. Looking forward to you getting that mic too. You're gonna love it. Rode mics are awesome. That's I use for my, not the mic itself, but everything that I run through is a Rode podcaster or Rodecaster, whatever it's called. They make really good products. Super like easy to use. You don't have to be a sound engineer to figure those out. Continue freedom. Just subscribe to Eclectic Journalist. Looking forward to some new videos. There you go. Eclectic Journalist. Edie. I love Edie. She's wonderful. Edie is funny. Edie is funny. She's definitely, she's got to be doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Sierra J. Martinez. Edie is getting on the way Candace dresses is funny. Yeah. And the videos that she makes about like Candace Owens fans, those are a little fucked up, to be honest. Homo 101 with another $10 donation. I met Candace Owens at the Gaylord for PAC. She already had a political platform, but it had zero knowledge, i.e. she didn't even know who the Speaker of the House was, which was Paul Ryan at the time. Super cringe. You know, that doesn't surprise me. You know, it's kind of Charlie's fault that we have Candace Owens today. Charlie was definitely not perfect. He gave us Candace Owens. So that sucks. And then the Daily Wire, like she fooled a ton of people and took advantage of, well, I don't think I have to say it, but there was a need for somebody like a Candace Owens. And she knew it, and she took advantage of it. She's a snake in the grass. Slithered her way in, and now we're here. Was it Dave Rubin? It was early TPUSA. Old Mean Lady Dave Rubin gave us Candace. I don't even know. I don't watch much of Dave Rubin. I'm not really sure how I feel about Dave Rubin, to be honest with you. I don't know. I guess I could take Dave or leave Dave. Whatever. Somebody I'm really turning to like, and I'm really, is Steven Crowder. I didn't like him at all right away. Didn't like his jokes sucked. I feel like those skits he was doing were cringe. He's dressing up weird for like that was weird to me. And then I didn't think he was very funny. But that dude's, I'm really turning into a Crowder fan. But I'm gonna be. I'm not gonna go all the way in just because of my experience of being completely conned and fooled by all of these people. Dirt bike. Dave Rubin introduced Candace to Charlie. Well, I didn't know that. Well, Dave can kick rocks then. Fuck that guy. Christy Katz. Crowder's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. He's been pretty good. I agree. Tina Marie 6771. I just said the same thing today. I was supposed to see him in Philly a couple weeks ago, but the event got canceled. Duke Tomlinson. Bronson, thoughts on Cash Patel? I had high hopes for Cash Patel. There's still, we still have years left, right? So I hope that he gets better, but I'm hoping he gets better. I'll put it that way. Not ready to completely throw Cash Patel to the wolves. I haven't been very satisfied at all with what I've seen so far, but I'd keep giving him more time. See if he does some stuff. I really wish Dan Bongino would have stayed on and done more. I'm so conflicted there. You know what I mean? Cause like, I don't know why Dan Bongino would lie. I don't know how that would benefit Dan in any way, shape, or form to lie. I think he's omitting things. I think he knows some things that for whatever reason he won't or can't say, which sucks, but I want somebody to get in there who's got the balls to put it all on the line, to let it all out, to put it all out. But then again, would people even believe it? Would it make a difference? Let's just say that Dan Bongino knows all the secrets. And as soon as he left, he came out and just spewed all of the secrets. If the secrets are, how do I put this? If the secrets that he were to say aren't what you want them to be, aren't we just kind of in the same boat that we're in anyway? So I would say, what benefit does he have to lie? What benefit does he have to tell the truth? Where's the benefit there? Who's going to believe him? A third of the people, half of the people. And at the end of the day, he's putting his life in danger for what? For nothing? For people to argue and complain about it online? So it's tough. So we're basically sending a message to people that get into power is, hey, you know what? It doesn't matter if you tell the truth or not. Because depending on what your truth is, some of us aren't going to believe it and we're going to chastise you for it. So make your money, sell the country out, do your thing because it's not going to make a difference. I feel like that's the message we're sending with this crazy shit that we see on social media. Cold-blooded Christian, bro, I would drive to your house to be on your pod. Well, I mean, we don't have to do that. We could just do computers. It's totally cool. But all right. I will, as soon as I get this shit figured out, we will get it set up. Jackie Blue 6116. Bronson, do you think Cash should befriend Bill? Yeah. Obscure moderator. The real culprit for Candace is Candace and the Legion of Demons she's hosting. That's fair. It's not anybody's fault that she was able to con people. Apparently she's a really good con. So it's her fault for being a complete POS. Sierra J. Martinez, y'all seen that info Cash's girlfriend released? I know that she put some stuff out, but I don't know. That whole situation with, I don't know why she has a, like, I don't know how to put it. Like, I want to hear Cash say some stuff. Why isn't Cash talking about stuff? Ron Johnson, 4566. The man that with the mouth says nothing. Is that do you want to retype that? Because that doesn't sound like the correct sentence. The man that with the mouth says nothing. The S-Files. I was just going by Graham Allen saying they all knew she was a diva and mean and covered for her, but what she's doing now is all on her for sure. But it made sense, like from a manipulation and a bigger agenda mindset. It made sense to be like, oh crap, but everything's going our way right now, so we're just going to put up with this because the more important thing is to get Dems out of power or whatever the case is, right? So it makes sense, but at the same time, I don't want things run like that. But that might just be how things are. That might be the only way you get things done, which sucks. Emily 6438. How about the Secret Service? I think could have been better security the other day. Are you talking about the response that they had at the White House Correspondents' Dinner? They did a pretty good job. Nobody died. Right? I don't know how you book out a hotel event center or whatever, and you have all of the important people in our government there, and you don't make sure that, like, you don't just book out the entire hotel and make sure that there's nobody else in the hotel than the people that are supposed to be there. I don't know how that works. It's not like the government's afraid of spending money. Like, that would just cost too much. There's no way that we could afford to book out that entire hotel. Too much money. We have to be conservative, right? Penny wise and pound stupid. So we'll just send billions of dollars to wherever for whatever. But oh no, we can't book out this entire hotel and just make sure that only the people that are supposed to be there are there. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on there. Could they have done better? Sure, but they could have done a lot worse. Emily 6438. Did you see the video with the dog literally finding the guy in the closet and talking to him? I saw that video. I might have to watch it more clearly, but it didn't look like he was talking to anybody. And I don't know where that door leads to. I don't know what's going on in there. So I don't know. Like, I don't know if it was like, if there were multiple people in that area and he was like behind somebody and he just like bolted around and took off and ran out that door right away. You know what I mean? We don't have that angle as far as I can tell. We just have an angle from a security guy with a dog and they're standing there looking at whatever. And then all of a sudden he comes running out of that doorway. So I'm not enough information for me to make a judgment call on that. It very well could. I thought that door led to a stairway. It very well could. I have not like super looked into that the whole time. Like I said, I've just saw the video and I was like, I don't know what's going on here. I see a lot of people, speculating like crazy about it, but I don't know what's going on. I don't know what that guy saw. Has that guy said anything? Has anything come out about what he's saying he saw or seen happening there? I don't know. Sierra J. Martinez, Secret Service is just lazy. They get trained, a month and that's it? I don't know if it's necessarily lazy or if it's just like you have a job to do, but you're still human, right? And so not lazy, you're just Like you're expecting things, you're prepared for things, but at the same time, you're kind of in the moment and maybe you're just not expecting some things, or you're just not quite as prepared, or you're not quite as on guard as you're supposed to be. It's humans. They are not perfect. Here you go, Eclectic. What is the name of your video with Jay Witt? I just want Secret Service to be like Kevin Costner in The Bodyguard. I want them to see the threat, stop it before they even attempt. That's, yeah. Yeah. Hollywood. I don't know the future. It's disheartening and annoying, but I guess we can't expect much from people with low morals and character. Catalin Williams, or Caitlin. If I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. Another great video is The Bride of Farmer. I still haven't watched that yet. And the only reason that I've heard a lot of people say that was good, but the only reason I haven't watched that is I feel like that dude's like a conspiracy show or a conspiracy channel. And it's like, are you lying? Are you being honest about this video? Like, but I've heard a lot of people say it's good. Duke Tomlinson, Bronson, what's the logo on your hat? Hat looks cool. So it's Lab Culture, which is a incredibly small brand. It's a dude. I don't really know him that well. There's some content creators like in the gaming space and stuff, and just cool shit. I like kind of what it stands for. Just means grind it out. But yeah, it's Lab Culture. I think that's all you have to do to look it up. Just type in Lab Culture. I think he mostly posts to like Instagram and shit. Dirt Bike. Milk Bar TV has been on a 2-week hiatus. He was just posting. I can't wait for him to come back and make some Candace compilations for her derp. I don't know if he was making videos, but I seen that he was posting on X. Bronson, can we watch Ben Shapiro's speech at UPenn together? Is that one that already happened, or is it coming up? Was it a debate or was it just a speech? Like, did he do like the Q&A at the end and just rip a bunch of college students apart? He posted a video tonight. He called the Tucker lie out. Ooh. It's tough. I still not a huge fan of Ben Shapiro, but he's got props. He's got props from me for calling out the crazy Candace shit right away. So good on Ben Shapiro. I'm sure that was like a double bonus for him. You know what I mean? 'Cause he already didn't like Candace, obviously, after the whole DW thing went down. And then now she's doing this, so he can be like, extra F this B. So I appreciate that out of Ben Shapiro for sure. Kristen Hinchcliffe. Hey, everyone. Tamara Neely is another YouTuber to watch also for calling out Candace. Yes, absolutely. Tamara's great. She's very, she's really well spoken. She is not, she's nothing like me in any way, shape, or form. But yes, no, she's awesome. Mama Owlbear, have you watched any of Jeremy Boring's videos since he's been on YouTube? Yeah, I watched a few. I've watched a few. I still haven't watched. I started watching like the most recent one. Ben sent it to me. I started watching it and then I got busy with something. I don't remember, but I haven't finished it. Sierra J. Martinez. Tamara is very good hearted and very godly. Yes, absolutely. 100%. 100%. And she's doing her thing. She's got a pretty decent following. I don't 100 some thousand subs, I think, on YouTube. Yeah, she's awesome. Tamara is a sweetheart. Yes. Yeah, like I said, like the exact opposite of me. I'm pretty sure yeah, Gary had her on. I know that Jay Witt's had her on. But yeah, Gary, Paramount Tactical. He had her on. It was a few months ago now. So if you guys haven't seen that one, you should definitely check out that show. The S-Files. Yeah, Tamara blew up pretty quick. Good for her. Did she blow up prior to 910 or was it after? I guess I don't know. I only found out about Tamara through Jay Witt. Da-da. Well, we fixed that, Eclectic. You can go ahead and post that if you want. I think I did that right. Duke Tomlinson, why does Boring wear a big key on his necklace? I have no idea. If anybody in the chat has the answer to that question, feel free to answer that. There you go. Sierra J. Martinez. The key is their logo for their sub for shows. Bronson needs a peanut butter on French toast logo and put it on a hat. I don't know that anybody's going to want to wear a peanut butter with French toast hat. I've thought about just doing a silly, stupid, like, today I'm going to teach you guys how to eat French toast video. Just as a troll, but it might be fun. That might be fun. I might do that just for shits and giggles. Get like 10 views. There's the link, guys. Eclectic Journalist, put the link in. Hey, they might. Yeah, they might. You are correct. I would just hate to put like merch. I don't know. What merch? Go buy some TPUSA merch. That's definitely going to go to a better cause. Should be episode 6. I'm assuming that's the one you're saying is the with the Jay Witt and everything. So yeah, episode 6. Oh, Mama Albert. No, the key is from a Playhouse theater he worked at as a teen. Jeremy bent it in the lock and has worn it ever since. There is more to the story. All right, got some clarification there from Mama Albert. All good, Ben. Are you back or are you leaving now? I mean, it doesn't matter. We're about to wrap up anyway. I've held you all captive for long enough. CJB 34, bent key is a Daily Wire thing. Well, he's not, yeah, but Jeremy Boring's not Daily Wire anymore, though. So it must be I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I still haven't gotten this X thing figured out with streaming. I feel like that did not, it was weird. I tried to set like a pre-show kind of thing and that didn't work out. So it was like 3 posts made from it. Gonna have to figure that out. That was goofy. Now I want to know about this bent key. Sierra J. Martinez. Origin of the name, the bent key is a personal reference to a physical bent key that Daily Wire co-founder Jeremy Boring has worn around his neck for nearly 30 years. Okay, so it was a Jeremy Boring thing before it was a Daily Wire thing. Got it. Les Flynn. I saw a new short from Milk Bar dated May 3rd. It's the 3rd there. It's about Tucker calling President Trump. Oh, okay. So Milk Bar went at the Tucker lie. That'll be a good one. We'll have to check that out. Nikki for Freedom. We cover a lot of bases here. Yeah, we're in Jeremy Boring's necklace territory here. I did not see that coming. Frangie David, you should do a cooking episode and show us how to make good French toast with peanut butter. That's what I was saying. I think I might do that just as like a troll video, just for fun. I will not be doing that before Gary does his review, though. So he better get on that. Duke Tomlinson, YK9SG, Rubio or Vance? Depends on the day. Depends on the day. So here's my take on JD Vance or Marco Rubio. Flip a coin. Flip a coin. Both better than Dems. I think I'm still I have more to go off of from Rubio than I do JD Vance. And the things that I have to go off of from Rubio, some of those things I'm not a big fan of. So I'm really like, unless somebody better comes along, I think I'm just okay with either one of them. I'm not excited about either one of them. But I'm, I would take either one. Eclectic Journalist. I will vote for whoever wins the primary. Yeah. Well, I mean, I will probably. Lucky for us, we have time. Lucky for us, we have time. And they will have opportunities to show more of who they are politically. And then I'll just wait to call it. But I will definitely be voting in a primary for whoever I think is the better one. If there maybe, and it might not even be Rubio Vance. It might be Vance, somebody else. Somebody, there's so much time. Politics changes so quickly. Things happen so fast. So who knows? I mean, yes, basically. Mojo is unbothered for now. JD, I'm guessing you meant, but yes, Vance or Rubio, I don't care. Anyone that's not blue. Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. Katrina Rich, V60. DeSantis is kind of going toward the Supreme Court. Didn't something just come out about like Trump possibly getting DeSantis a cabinet position in his administration, doing something? Pretty sure that just came out. like yesterday or maybe today. But I like DeSantis. That's so weird. Like when you start getting into politics and people running, like they start talking about like their height. Like, oh, DeSantis could never be president. He's just not tall enough. And maybe not a lot of people talked about this, but like PBD, that was one of their big things is like, and then is he wearing fake boots that make him look taller? They've got to be tall. I don't give a shit how tall or how short the president is. I want to know what his policies are. I want to know if he's a sellout or not, right? I want to know if he's at least halfway intelligent or not. I don't care how tall or short he is. That's weird. That's a weird, like we're getting into really strange, like celebrity goofball territory when we start discussing like a president needs to be of a certain height. Like what? I don't want to be part of whatever that is. CJB34. Yeah, that was dumb. PBD keeps looks maxing. Oh, I hate that that's a term now. Hate this. This sucks. That sucks. I got my youngest daughter running around yelling 6'7", like got to deal with all these. I don't even know what gen they are. I'm so out of touch with everything. I forgot. I was having a conversation with my youngest the other day. I forgot what we were talking about. Oh, she we was driving in my truck. I forget I think we're just going to the store to pick up some drink for the house or whatever. And it's kind of starting to get warmer where I'm at, but it's not like all the way warm. But I immediately have the AC on in the truck and we're driving and she was like, why do you always have it so cold in here? And I just hit her with like the corniest line ever from a dad. And I was just like, because I like to be chill. And she gave me this look of just cringe. Like, I can't believe my dad just said those words to me. What a dork. And it made me feel very proud that I was able to embarrass my daughter with nobody around. Like, I think I gave her cringe bumps. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is what I'm living for right now. Yeah, it was, she just looked at me like, oh no, I can't bring my friends around my dad. He's a dork. And she's the one saying stupid shit like 6'7", but I'm the dork. Okay. Old mean lady, dad joke Wednesdays on Chicks on the Right podcast are the best. Well, what's this? S-Files. My son did the 6'7" thing, but he stopped. It was brief, luckily. Yeah, I mean, it's not, yeah. Yeah. My wife said it the other day. I was like, what are you doing? Miss Justice 2023. Whitlock and PBD had a huge fallout a year. I might have missed that one. I love Chunk. I have to teach my son Jewish Israel historical stuff because apparently anti-Jewish, anti-Israel is popping among the youth. That's so fun. It is incredibly popular among the youth. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. But stupid things are always popular among the youth. Like, it's just, whatever. Hate Israel, dislike Israel. Like, can we draw the line at like concentration camps? I think that's probably a really good spot to draw that line. Like, you know what I mean? Say all the bad things you want. How about we just don't like stick them in gas chambers? Can we not do that? Or let's not climb onto a rooftop and just shoot somebody in the neck. Can we not do that? Can we disagree? Can we call each other names? Can we be adults about it and not go completely psychotic? Maybe not. My oldest daughter says 6'7" is cringe. Thank goodness. I don't think I think they all think it's kind of cringe. I think that's kind of the point of it, maybe. I don't know. Mama Owlbear, that's scary. Hate is popular. I was gonna say, I feel like hate's always kind of been popular, but maybe not. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely scary. For sure. If it gets taken too far. I wonder where all this is coming from. Do you think it was the war on terror, that whole thing? Do you think that has been the major catalyst of the anti-Israel thing? Because I know a lot of people think that that was mainly Israel. Whether it was 9/11, that Israel played a part in that, or that they took advantage of the war that we were going and they got us into other wars while we were over there. You know what I mean? Like, is that where all of this is stemming from? The S Files. Hate is monetized now. That's true. You were not wrong. Hate is it's fun. People love to argue. It's just, I mean, I don't mind it. But I think we have to get to a point to where we like collectively can decide that we draw a line at unaliving people or groups of people, or, you know, like we have to figure out find a way to come together to be able to disagree. It's not going to happen. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ideologies are so screwed up right now. It's just not going to happen. Whatever is going on is just going to have to play out, I think. And hopefully not too many people suffer. And that we get on the other side of whatever it is that we're going through as a country, as a society, as a culture right now. Miss Justice 2023. Watch the long interview with Bongino hanging out with Hannity. Pretty interesting. I saw clips of that. I've been meaning to watch that. Is it just like, I don't know if it was just the clips that I saw, but like Bongino kind of looking a little rough. I mean, he's getting older, I suppose, but he looks maybe he was just having a bad day that day or something, but he looks like he's stressed out. The eclectic journalist. Socioeconomic issues seem to cause this stuff. That is why we had all the S groups in the 70s. And when you start with, they talk about like the next generations, they're slowly like losing hope. Like it's becoming more and more difficult to afford homes, to just really even to like kind of afford to live and enjoy life a little bit, to where they don't have they don't see a future. They don't have any hope. Not saying all of them, obviously, but you start disenfranchising a ton of young people that don't have hope, and they're chronically online. Like you can see how people are becoming more and more radical. It makes sense. Mama Owlbear, hating communism is a bit different than hating people for no apparent reason, at least to me. But I think they think that they have a reason. You know what I mean? They think like Israel is the cause of all of our problems. Somehow that Israel somehow has that much control over the United States and the United States government. Not saying that they don't try. Like, of course Israel tries, but that doesn't mean that they succeed every time they try to get the United States to do something. And I'm sure that we try to persuade them to do certain things. That's kind of how the world works. It's messed up, but it's just the way it is. What are they going to do? What are you going to do? How do you stop it? Bunch of people online complaining, like, that's not going to stop it. You can complain all day long. What's your solution? If that's the solution, I mean, I hope you get a bunch of followers and make a bunch of money, but you're not really solving any problems. You know, you're just pissing people off. Say FIFA. Is that FIFA? It's not organic, Bronson. This escalation is an op. I think some of it is, and I think some of it is, yeah. People still have to participate. Like, unknowing people still have to be bought. They still have to buy in, and they still have to be convinced in order for these ops to work. So not organic, but it still kind of is, because it's still real people involved who have been tricked by the propaganda. And then if you are tricked by you know, like, how do you know you're not being tricked by propaganda? How do you know it's them? You know what I mean? Gets confusing. Mama Owlbear, it's an op. Of course, real people are part of it, but favorability numbers shows a different pick. Dirtbike, these people are falling for the biggest psyop on the internet. Are we still talking about the hate Israel psyop, or are you talking about a different psyop with, like, the Canditard stuff? I mean, the Canditard stuff is kind of hate Israel, but for the most part, I think it's Erika Kirk and TPUSA bad. But I guess that's the whole Israel. I really have Israel fatigue. Israel bad. So let's say we get rid of Israel. We're no longer an ally. They're not, we're not getting involved into any wars because of Israel or whatever. Who are they going to blame their problems on then? Because they're still going to have the same problems. People are still miserable. All the Canditard followers are like, you think Candace is rich as shit. You think Candace cares about American foreign policy? Like, really? Really? She just did a series called Bride of Charlie. Like, you think she gives a shit about foreign policy? Take the money away and see if she's still talking about it. Then you'll know whether or not she cares about foreign policy or not. Look at all the creators that don't have nothing. What are they talking about? Not sure what point that makes. I'm just rambling here. Les Flynn, Bride of Charlie flopped. The first episode got a lot, and I think it was nothing. I think they were looking for, like, oh, she's going to prove Erika did it. And then it was just like, oh, Erika's got family members that did bad things, sort of. Ooh, maybe not. Ooh, what's going on? Divorce? Did they divorce? Like, what is this shit? Far, more far. I love Chunk. I'm a Zionist and I hate talking about Israel. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either. I mean, if Israel does something bad, okay, we can talk about it, but, like, to just everything be Israel's fault. Like, holy crap. So you're going to tell me the entire Israeli government is just all bad people? That's not real. That's not how these things work. They'd be like, well, our government's bad. And then they'll be like, Thomas Massey is, like, our savior, right? Like, well, obviously then all of our government isn't bad either. You guys really like Thomas Massey. You think he's so great. And this is my theory on why I don't think Tucker Carlson will ever run for president. I know that like he's starting to get a little bit of hype, and the poly market thing is like, oh, he's at a 7% chance. And Tucker's not stupid enough, I think, to run. He might, maybe, but I don't think he's dumb enough, because as soon as Tucker decides to run, and let's just say some crazy shit happens and Tucker Carlson's elected, okay? Do you think Tucker Carlson is going to be able to go into the White House as president of the United States and get all of the things done that all of the people who are bought into whatever he's saying want him to do? No chance in hell. Tucker's knows this. Tucker's got to know this. He's smart enough to know that there's no way he would be able to satisfy the people for what they want. So that would be career suicide. He would get in, fail, and he'd be right where Donald Trump is. Granted, maybe he has a different stance on Israel, but he's still not going to be able to do all the shit that these people want done tomorrow. That's another thing, this instant gratification culture that we have all of a sudden because of how fast information moves. We just think everything can be fixed and done right now. And that's just not how the world works either. Trump's in. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything I wanted him to do. Well, he's not going to be able to do everything that you wanted him to do, and he might not do the things. You know, he might not want to do the things that you want him to do. Well, he didn't do anything he promised. Maybe he can. Getting a lot of pushback. It's pretty tough in government. Kind of got a wheel and deal. It's people that have competing interests. But he's been in a year and a half. He's got a 4-year term. Give him time. Don't cut his balls off halfway through his term because he's done some things you don't like. Duke Tomlinson, Tucker suggests Vance to Trump as his VP. Yeah, Charlie was a big Vance guy too. Angels of our better nature. People don't know the history of Iran either. People don't remember politics from 4 years ago, let alone, like they have already forgotten how crappy the Biden administration was. Already forgot. Nobody even talks about trans kids anymore or nothing. That's gone. Thanks, Trump. Good job. Yay, Trump. Guess he solved that problem real quick. Nobody's talking about that anymore. Yeah. Guess what else we don't have? Bunch of pride flags hanging at the White House. Thanks, Trump. Killing it, Trump. Thanks. Appreciate it. Borders closed? Hey. Net negative migration? Woo. Thanks, Trump. But oh no. For the 8-week forever war, it's bad, super bad. And I'll admit it, these gas prices suck. I am not a fan of these gas prices. So if we could hurry up and get that figured out real quick, that'd be great. That'd be great, because the longer I got to pay $4 a gallon, the more pissed off I'm gonna get. Nikki for freedom 4 years later, and Biden ate ice cream. Yeah. I wish Bronson would watch Dana Lash. I caught a couple of her clips on X. CJB 34, 401k doing good. Yeah, some of my retirement stuff is I'm just fine. You just don't want to, I don't like $4 a gallon of gas. This is not cool. Not cool. Pushing almost close to $5 for premium. That sucks. Mama Albert 23. Gas prices are a bunch of speculators, not because of the Iranian oil. No, I know, but part of the speculation that's coming is because of what's going on over there. I understand. And I don't like it. I don't like it. Not a fan. I wasn't okay paying more for oil for the Ukraine war. And I'm not okay paying more for oil for whatever we got going on over there. I am incredibly consistent when it comes to stuff like this. All right. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a bunch of propaganda that was put out by the left when they were hoorah Ukraine, and they're all like, we're totally okay paying more money for gas if that means that we stop Russia and we save the Ukrainian people. And now we have other people like, we're totally okay paying more for gas. Like, you know what? I'm not okay paying more for gas. That's it. I'm really a simple person. You don't want to pay more for gas. Sierra J. Martinez 6703. Invest your money. That's how Trump is helping. It's kind of difficult though. Like if you're trying to play the market right now, it's kind of hard because you have no idea what the hell Trump is going to say day to day. And he's steadily moving markets. You could buy a stock in something. Trump comes out, says some crazy shit. That stock tumbles the next day. You panic sell. Trump comes back the next day and says something positive. And it, like, I don't know if you guys watch market at all, but Trump is steadily messing with that shit. I'm not saying he's doing it intentionally or anything, but that's these guys messing with that crap all the time. Another thing, we should definitely somehow figure out a way to get rid of insider trading. Like I feel like our representatives should not be able to trade stocks or their families or something while they're in office. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me that that's allowed. Like, they're just like, what? Why did we think that was going to be okay? Emily 6438, term limit Congress. I should listen to some more debates on, because I'm pretty sure that's been a pretty good debate topic. But I feel like there were decent arguments about why term limits could be bad. And I don't recall. But I feel like I watched something and I was like, oh, I've never actually thought about it that way before. So I feel like I need to revisit that and see if I still think that was a good argument or those were good arguments or not. Because right now I feel like there's no good argument to not have term limits. Fight like a brave. I think income tax should only be federally connected earnings and not private earnings. Let's talk about that. I don't believe there should be an income tax at all. That was implemented during the war for wartime, and it was not supposed to be a permanent thing. I would be all for like a luxury tax and eliminating income tax. And I think there should be some type of cap on property taxes. Whether that's you just pay a certain percentage of property tax and that's it, or if you pay a certain percentage over the, over the course of the entire loan. But I feel like once you at least have it paid off, like you should not be paying property tax anymore because then you don't really own it. You're just renting it from the government essentially. No tax on your homes. Never can outright own your home. Right. Well, I'm okay with there being a tax on the house. You know what I mean? I'm okay with there being taxes on purchases, a luxury tax, which sort of kind of equals out who pays what in tax because more wealthy people are going to be buying more things, right? They're going to be buying more expensive stuff. So they're going to be paying more in tax to where people who are less wealthy will be buying less things and paying less in tax. I feel like that seems fair. Instead of just a income tax. TFCS 5675. Who is embarrassing themselves more, Tucker or Candace? Candace by far. Candace by far. For sure. I think Tucker's pissing people off and confusing people. Candace is off the deep end. I mean, some would argue Tucker's off the deep end too, but I don't think Tucker's quite as far gone as Candace is. I think Tucker knows what he's doing. Candace, I think she's just day by day kind of winging it. CJB 34. Tucker, it wasn't expected. Candace, it is. Yeah, it's surprising. A lot of people were surprised with the route Tucker's going. Nobody was surprised with crazy Candace. Angels of our better nature. Tucker could be CIA. You know, I've always thought that he actually did become CIA. You know what I mean? Like his whole like, I wanted to be CIA, but then I wasn't. And then I remember that Putin interview. You know what I mean? Where Putin was like, yeah, I know you wanted to be CIA and they wouldn't let you or whatever. And I was like, I've always been a little suspicious that Tucker is. And I will probably always remain a little skeptical that, I don't know, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Jackie Blue, 100 CI. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me at all. I think that would explain a lot. Candace Owens won't debate Nick Mato. Yeah, not a chance. Not a chance is Candace going to do this. She's not going to debate anybody. CJB 34. Yeah, that was crazy. He lied and acted like he never knew his dad was CIA. Like, get no shot. Trina Rich, I think if your home is paid for, you just pay city and some school tax, no property tax, something to work and finally pay off. I don't know. I guess maybe it just depends on the state, but I feel like we can. Oh, the whole paying for education through property tax or whatever. I don't know. Feel like there's other ways to do that. I actually wonder how that would work now that I think about it. So let's say that you eliminated property tax and that schools and education, public education is just no longer paid for. Like you just have schools and now you have to decide what school you want your child to go to and you pay for it. Out of pocket, you just pay for it. I wonder what that would do to the educational system. They would have to be more competitive now, maybe, with things. Would that solve some problems? I guess I haven't really thought too much about that, to be honest with you. Colors Flight, they use state gas tax for schools. Didn't a lot of states pass a tobacco tax too, to where that help funding schools? Like, well, if you're going to smoke, we're going to put this excise tax on you, and we're going to use some of that to fund schools. I thought there were some states that did that. Like, I mean, I guess I'd be okay with that. You know, putting taxes on specific things or specific naughty products or whatever. Like, if you're going to be naughty, the least you can do is help fund education in your area. I love Chunk. Lottery helps pay for schools. Yeah. Gina Fey 8. What about all the lotto money they get? Yeah. CJB 34. The lottery was to end school tax. Yeah, that's. Yeah. It doesn't matter what happens. The only thing that is guaranteed in life is death, and that they're going to continue to try to tax you more. Death and taxes. Death and more taxes. I'm changing that cliche up. That saying right now. It is no longer the only two things guaranteed in life are death and taxes. The only things guaranteed in life are death and more taxes. Oh. All right, guys. I think I'm going to call it there. I have taken up enough of your Saturday evening, so I will let you get back to doing or to start doing something new to enjoy the rest of your evening. I think I'm going to take a nap, which is code for bedtime. So thank you, everybody, for whoever sent in super chats. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Everybody else for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Letting me go on this crazy tirade that I went on about these grifting idiots. So thanks for coming and hanging out. I hope I didn't offend anybody too bad. I said quite a few bad words. The people that I liked and the people that I thought were something are turning out to not be. It's just really frustrating, and it makes me feel really stupid. And I don't like to feel stupid. So that makes me angry when they make me feel dumb, like I've been tricked. I don't like to feel like I've been tricked. So thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we will probably see you Monday. Have a good night, guys.